We're going live.
We're live?
Hello everyone and welcome back to Tabletop Fables and episode 6 of Dogs of M.E.R.C.Y. I'm DM Cody and we're going to go around and introduce ourselves and our characters, starting from...
This time. Alright, hey everyone, I'm Maddie and I'm playing Clarimonde Brenador, a human trickery cleric who currently is relying on a broken compass to kind of guide her way through these very troubling times.
G'day, I'm Blake. I'm playing Raz, an Air Genasi rogue who is getting the most terrible case of deja vu right now.
I am Brett, and I am playing Professor Belvedere Mountbank.
What was that last name?
Mountbank.
Mountbank.
There's no E in it. It's totally not. I don't remember the royal families.
Probably fine.
Totally fine.
Legally distinct.
So last episode of Dreamworld you found yourself fighting through some interesting situations, including Mad Max style vehicle combats.
Yes.
But you found yourself awake in the basement of your headquarters, feeling very upset with Ruz seemingly disappeared. After discussing for a little while, everyone decided it was best to go back to sleep till the next morning, but the two of you just couldn't get back to sleep, and you head upstairs where you see Gorda, strangely sober, talking to a very tall man dressed in wizard's robes. Well, I guess if you can bring me gold, I'll pay you some of it.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
that seems to be a fair deal.
Alright, so you reckon you know a lot about this magic then?
Well, I'm capable of casting spells at the 3rd level.
Yes.
I'm a professor at the university, and where I've taught many apprentices, most who have become adventurers.
You heard the rumours then?
Not a few.
The ones about hell coming through?
Yes, the diviners have been going on about that for a little while.
They say Ultrael's lost. Under the ground, just a big hole.
Wait, what?
Where'd you lot come from?
Downstairs.
Alright, well this is Professor Montbank.
Pleasure to meet you, Lady Clarimore. Clary Ladymore? No. Pleasure to meet you.
Call me Clary.
Clary.
Is he alright in the head? He's all good? All on the up and up?
More than most of you lot, God.
Well, it's been a trying day, to say the least.
Day's not even started yet.
We know.
I haven't even had my fill of drink.
I can tell. It shows.
Yes.
More bristly than usual.
So what was that about Ultrael?
Oh, apparently hell swallowed it.
Already?
And we're probably next. This shouldn't be a surprise to you lot. We've known it's coming.
Well, it's a few weeks ahead of schedule.
A bit.
On my calendar, it's about on time. You've been sleeping a lot lately.
Oh no, I was kidnapped.
Yes.
How long was that, by the way? I can't even remember.
You were gone 2 days before I came and got you.
Okay.
Oh, he's right. There has been a lot of sleeping. Which, considering that hell is coming in a month, probably wasn't the best of ideas, but hey.
Not so sleeping, you lot should probably get some.
Yeah, probably. But what's this about gold?
What about gold?
Something paying this man gold?
Yes, he needs gold. We've got jobs. We need people who know about magic.
I'm looking to become an adventurer.
And you can cast spells of up to what?
The 3rd, so.
By the way, would you like to describe your character?
Please do.
Very tall, very thin, sort of brilliant white. Looks like they've never been outside a university. Robes with some gold patterning across them. 7 stars in front of some red mist, so the symbol of Mystra. Very tall, pointy wizard hat. He has a large sort of book bag across his shoulder. He's got a quarterstaff, very angular sort of gem at the top. Basically, very stereotypical wizard. He's looks like to be about in his mid-40s, but just judging by the look of him, he's never really been out, toiling in a field or anything like that. He's looks like he spent 40-something years indoors.
Quite
glasses.
An adventurer.
Oh yes, I've trained many of them.
You might want to lose the hat, perhaps. It's a little bit,
Conspicuous.
But then how will
Exactly.
people know I'm a wizard?
that's the point. Sometimes it's better for people not to know. I mean, to be honest, I look more roguish than a cleric. So.
Raz will cast an invisible mage hand and just pluck it from your head and just goes, that's kind of the point. How else is it, by the way?
If he wants to be a wizard, let him be a wizard.
It's surprisingly short-cut, clean-shaven. So.
Not unlike this,
Yeah.
but thinner. Just more gaunt.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was hoping, well, with Hell arriving, it's a good time to be an adventurer.
Not sure I follow your logic, but we'll take whatever
Adventurers
help we can get.
survive or everyone else dies.
Okay. But I mean,
Given our current rate of success, I would have to disagree on that front.
well, I mean,
Oh, in general times, yes. But in times of great crisis, the general population is just obliterated. Adventurers are the ones who are already going around in with their knives and their armor and their quarterstaffs and survive.
Let me paint this plainly for you.
he's going
Everything's going to go to shit.
Yeah.
People are going to need things done. There's going to be money to be made.
Okay.
Fair.
As good a reasoning as any.
So, what's our first port of call then?
I don't know. Go out and do some jobs. When hell arrives, find more jobs.
I hate to say it, but I'm rather overdue for a meeting with Lord Silversword.
It does seem kind of coincidental that you out yourself to him and then you immediately get kidnapped.
Exactly. And I feel like, I mean, being outed as such, it'd be nice to have some of the benefits that go along with it, even with hell arriving. But
Yeah. Yeah. Such as?
a manor?
Like the one that we lived on back on the island?
Larger than that.
I'm in.
So am I.
So is he.
Well, you know what? We've had hobgoblins along, may as well.
And also, I'm sure that the higher-ups in the city might be interested to hear what you might have to say if you have any knowledge on these sort of matters. And being recognised as a noble of the city would mean that I could perhaps gain an audience with someone to perhaps discuss these things. And then, I mean, we don't have that much agency with hell coming.
Well, technically, enchantment is my specialities. A bit of alchemy as well, I dabble in. But if you need a subject matter expert, I am a professor. And known sage.
And so therefore you have contacts.
Few. Well, yes, I mean, who am I being modest? Most of the people at the university know and recognise me. And I have some apprentices out there doing very well for themselves.
Very useful.
Too well.
Plus, being a known professor, you can get through most of the gates in the city.
I'll that too. I'll need my hat back. They need to recognise me as a wizard.
Okay, that's a fair point.
I'll plop the hat back on your head.
Everyone make a perception check for me.
Oh, okay.
Being able to get through gates would make life so much easier.
15.
I have to get back into this character. 22.
7. The low rolls continue.
With a couple of open windows, you see out a couple of the lanterns lit in the street still. It's very dark, middle of the night. You think it's probably around 2 a.m. You can hear from one of the open windows the very loud, very structured sound of, with your perception, 7 sets of very heavy armour marching down the street towards your place. There's not really much else around here other than abandoned buildings, so you've assumed someone's coming to you.
So lots of very soldiery sounding people
Yes.
are coming?
Very organised.
Well, I mean, I haven't done anything wrong. I don't know if you have.
Oh, no.
You haven't recently?
Apart from being extremely late to a meeting.
And Gorda? I assume you haven't done anything illegal?
I might go and have some sleep.
Don't let him into the basement. Got it.
Shortly after you hear the footsteps as well, you dog tours a very loud banging on the door.
That's what you're talking about.
I mean, well, I've done nothing. I'll go get it.
Quite impatiently, a few minutes later, it bangs
Okay.
again.
Please
Yeah,
do.
I'll open it up.
It opens up and there's a very tall man with silver hair, cut very short, wearing red armour, and behind him are 6 other soldiers in silver armour with flames painted across the chest.
Sir?
You're the Adventuring Guild, the Dogs of M.E.R.C.Y.
One of them?
Well, I've got a job for you.
No. At this late hour, my lord?
Yes. Restricted information, but the city of Eltriel has been swallowed by the ground. It's gone missing entirely. Mm-hmm. We believe this city will be next.
Right.
I'm Captain Zodge. These are my soldiers.
Perhaps you would like to come in, have a drink, so we can discuss terms?
We don't drink on the job.
Fair enough.
Come in, though. Thank you. He steps in and the soldiers fan out behind him and stand at attention.
Yep.
Who's in charge?
I guess I am for now.
Very well. You've heard of the dead 3 cultists in the city?
As of just now, yes.
Can I roll a history check?
Yes.
Might be the sign of proficient in history.
20.
Oh,
They are followers of
21.
Bane, Baal, and Nurgle. People that revel in death and violence.
I
Oh, terrible business.
Yes, they've been running rampant recently. Murdering sprees. Nobles and commons alike. Dead in the streets. Left displayed.
Hope this doesn't bring us back to the time of troubles.
That's what we're here to stop.
Okay. How can we assist?
I'm recruiting every adventurers guild in the city. I'm tasking you to go out, find them, kill them. Show no mercy, no survivors. Make sure they can't keep doing this.
Do you have a way that we can prove that they are cultists and we're not just going around murdering more people for murdering's sake?
They usually don't hide it too well, but I'll leave that up to you.
Okay, fair enough.
It'll be 200 gold pieces per person, plus 10 gold pieces for any confirmed kills.
Okay.
Right.
Got it.
Down.
Thank you.
How do we
importantly-
confirm kills? Years, I believe.
The traditional way.
Traditional? Yep.
To the ears.
I've read a book.
Yeah.
More importantly, learn my favour.
Okay. You know what? We're an adventurers guild. We could use favour all the time. Fantastic. I guess we're going to murder some cultists then. Brilliant.
Arena at the Elf Song Tavern owes me a favour.
Okay.
She's a spy. Hopefully she'll have some information for you, but make sure you're nice to her.
Oh, of course.
Candace.
Has an awful temper, that one.
Alright. I'll make sure I'm not starting any tavern brawls.
No, that won't be a problem. Just make sure you don't start one with her. You won't be around long enough to finish the job then.
Ooh. Enticed.
Duly noted.
Alright, we'll leave you to it. Report in when you've got anything to report.
Will do.
We'll find us at our headquarters in the upper city. I imagine you know where it is.
I have a vague idea.
Do we have a way of getting in other than just showing them a bag of ears?
They'll know who you are.
Brilliant. Not terrifying at all.
Same way I know who you are.
Ah, good. Brilliant.
Good luck. See you soon, I trust.
You will.
He turns around, looks at the soldiers, and they start marching back down the street. He walks out, see a red cape behind him, he closes the door, and hear the footsteps disappearing.
Is it capable of billowing?
Oh, wait,
Of course. Of course.
Lesson a day on the job. And is that the Flaming Fist?
The who now?
The Flaming Fist? Was it? Yeah.
Going to need to explain that.
Oh, they're a mercenary group that uses guards. All along the Sword Coast.
Oh,
I think they're based out of Arm.
brilliant. Okay. Always arm. No one is
What
far south
is
arm.
well, I was supposed to go there on holiday.
Oh.
you hear a creak of a door and you see Gorda swivel through.
They're gone now.
Everything's alright then?
We have a job.
Ah, good.
Killing cultists.
I can certainly use some taking out of some repressed anger at the moment.
Oh, yes, for sure.
So if you're killing cultists, maybe you should wait for the rest to wake up.
I mean, lords of murder, tyranny, and death.
Oh, so you know them?
Well, I mean, they're the Dread 3. Right?
Yes.
I mean, yes, but I don't know of the cultists, so
What do I actually know of the cult?
there's some explanation.
Not too much.
Required,
Getting into the city, roll with advantage.
Roy 13. Let that
Am
natural one.
I rolling religion or history? By the way, it doesn't matter. So it's 16.
You both probably know about the saying that they are cults that live in the city. They're usually pretty undercover. That there have been some public hangings of members for murder. Murder is generally done with no reason. It seems quite chaotic. They will just, well, the higher ups will pick a target and they'll just send someone after them for no rhyme or reason.
Okay.
Generally, the three cults have been separated, but you have heard rumours of them coming together and working together, and more widespread chaos. Mainly in the underbellies in the lower city. Even around Brampton, you've heard some rumours. People have gone missing, but you've got no proof of it because, as you'd know, the town guard are pretty good at getting things sorted out before people find out.
Do we know about the children of Baal?
Yeah, you would.
Or the plots of Baldur's Gate 1 and 2?
Yeah.
This is perfect because I actually don't. Brilliant.
Excellent role playing.
It's perfect. Clueless as always. Okay, so I guess someone. Well, I mean, at least we've confirmed we're not doing a terrible thing. This is good. And we're getting paid how much again?
I believe it was 200 gold per person, 10 gold per kill.
Right. Wow. How many people can we sign on to the Dogs of M.E.R.C. just to make them pay more money?
At least
At least one.
At least one. I mean,
That's my
we
monthly
have dropped
salary.
in numbers recently.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Well, actually, no, we gained one.
yeah, we gained one, and then we can credit the pile that is now Ruse. Ooh,
Did you ever
little too
make that
casual.
joke?
Little too casual.
Yeah.
Ah,
Really.
well.
How can you joke about this thing?
It happens pretty often.
I mean, yes, but
Tongue's gone too.
I know.
Life is very fleeting like that. I'm gonna stop
Sure.
now, just in case you actually cry.
Please
That's
do.
pretty close, yeah.
All right. Yes. Well, now we have an excuse to go into the upper city anyway to deal with that.
Indeed.
Well, how about this, what's her name? Is she no more?
Oh, you're talking
Yeah.
about Terran Elfsong and Terran at the Elfsong Tavern.
Oh, right. Yes, of course.
I hear they're important.
Most, yes.
It's somewhat late at night. Tavern would still be open.
taverns pretty much go through.
Well,
If we think she's there.
if we want to be keeping ourselves useful at the moment, might as well.
Yeah. Well, there is the matter of Lorien
Yes.
and notable alchemy experiments that we need to fix up.
Are you I think you said you were certainly somewhat proficient in alchemy, did you not?
I've taught a few classes on it, yes.
We really need that book back.
Oh, which means finding out where Tonk went. We just woke up in that barn and he was gone.
Okay.
Still confusing.
Where was the barn? Because I may have a method of locating an object
Where was that?
within somewhat of proximity. Out of character, it's 1,000 feet.
Yeah. It wasn't too far from here, was it, Deanna? I
The
don't
barn.
remember.
It was near the Basilisk Gate,
Oh, that's right.
just outside of the city,
Yeah.
on the border of the sort of outer city and the farmlands.
Yeah, okay.
So in the opposite direction of where we need to be
Very
going
much
for
so.
the
No,
Elfsong.
no, it'd be
No.
same
Or
direction.
is it the same direction?
Okay.
Well, in which case we might as well just pop there along the way and see if I can.
Yeah. Possibly should.
Something else?
Yeah, possibly should have let somebody know that it was a baiting ground for Shadakai and Drow to just leave victims for some sort of strange shadow demon. But
And that's the other thing. There's a large amount of drow.
and Shadakai.
Is this any way related to the cult?
I have no idea. Do you know?
Don't Unnatural 20? Religion?
Yeah, you know exactly what's going on. You can't talk about it though.
Brett knows precisely.
No, I don't believe it has anything to do with that, no.
Oh, well, I mean, okay, but
Well, then we've got another
well, I was to say
group to deal with.
yeah, with hell coming to Baldur's Gate, I guess it should come as no surprise that every available evil is descending on it as well.
Fair. Check how disguise self lasts for.
That's like an
Does
hour.
I have an idea? An hour, yeah.
think it's something like that, yeah.
Alright, I won't cast it just yet, but I have an idea. He's also... We've lost Ruse, which means...
Yeah.
The kids are still going to be coming.
Oh, no. Oh, that's going to be unfortunate.
I have an idea, though. I mean,
Okay.
I'm at least reasonably the same height as Ruse would make Alana.
Right, I'm following along, and we'll get out the bag of holding and like search around for Alana's outfit.
So, in theory, if necessary, if a kid comes, I can...
Be Alana, or...
Yes.
Probably not Alistair, but definitely Alana.
Alana, I'd say.
Yeah.
Maybe let them know about Alistair's unfortunate demise, and then let them know that if Alana's not around, they can come to any of us.
That's a sound plan, yeah.
But in the meantime, I say we gather our things. Are you okay after? You're still looking at the
there's just like this slow, like over the course of the last 20 minutes, just like this slowly growing like maroon patch on the shoulder is like. Now that you mention it, not really.
Yeah.
I can't really place why. I think it's just. It's probably just the lack of sleep.
On a scale of 1 to how many hit points you have, how do you feel?
On a scale of 29 to 0, I feel about 8.
Well, perhaps you could get down
We had a short rest or something during this time.
Oh, maybe. Who knows?
Have we?
Yeah, I'll say we would have had a short rest after sort of discussing it and then deciding.
Alright, in which case I'm still down to. Because did the spell slot still count over from Dreamplay? No? Okay. So I
The
am.
magic is untouched.
In which case, I'm at full health and with all my spells.
My God.
Alright, in which case, let me check how much.
How are you looking after your punch up in the tavern before you got here? Professors, am I right?
You know what?
He said that relativity was modifiable through the weave. That is not true.
The boy
I counted his point right back in his jaw.
The boy with his fist bloodied by the end of
His
it.
flying jaw.
Oh God. Raz picked up maybe 3 of those words.
So I pull out like a notepad, and I look at it, and if you see, it's like things to do when adventuring. And like number 1, it's like cast mage armor.
What does your mage armor look like?
Like mage's robes.
Yeah, so just like glowing mage's robes.
Yeah, and it sort of fades away a bit.
Yeah.
No, actually, no, it doesn't.
Of course not.
Of course not. Step 2, make sure your equipment is looked after. Yes. Is there a spot I can put my things?
Sure.
Use the kitchen if you want. There's a table in there.
Yeah. If you're here long enough to sleep, you can probably take one of the old rooms up there. They're becoming vacant and occupied rather quickly these days.
Yeah, so he puts like one of those, like just a small little bag down. He's like, Paige, look after my things. I'll call you if needs be. And the cat runs over and sits on it.
Another one?
What? I only have one familiar.
At least Smoke didn't bring this one.
No, do you remember having in his pocket at one time?
Oh my word, he did me.
Seemed to be a collector of small animals here at this place.
Wait, you said that was a familiar?
Yes. I'm a wizard.
Oh, absolutely.
It's much more like having another hawk than another cat.
Oh, perfect. And I'm going to go over and touch your shoulder and go ahead and heal you for 12 hit points with cure wounds at 2nd level.
Nice.
So that should at least help stop the bleeding. Okay.
Yeah, as soon as you do it, he notices the pain. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's right, I got stabbed. That never carried over before.
No.
Right. Now, I'm just gonna find like a nearby cloth of something to actually put over that, because wow, that was not cool. Alright. So you've put down your stuff. You've got your familiar in.
And I quit stuff. Great.
If we're going to the tavern, it might be best to be a little bit less conspicuous.
Robes covered in wounds and stars, slightly glowing.
I'm sure it'll be fine. If anything, it'll make you look intimidating, and we won't get into any bar fights. Maybe.
It's not unusual to see proper wizards in the bar.
Yeah.
In fact, usually they attract people because they're interested and curious.
That'll be fine. Well, obviously a spy.
Not so much in Siege happens.
Yeah,
More
yeah.
warlocks.
Trying to decide if it's worth actually concealing my appearance for this or not.
I mean, Clary is part of the Dogs of Mercy, so
Yes.
maybe not.
I assume so. I might keep my hood up still, just in case. But
Suddenly realising how many more people we could have actually tricked them into thinking we're part of the Dogs of Mercy if Ruse was still here.
that would be. I mean, I can still at least somewhat help you in that regard.
That's true.
But
That's true.
if I keep on coming back with different disguises, I mean, we still have his costume kit after all.
It's true, we had 2 of those.
I do know the alter self spell, although I don't have it ready at the moment.
Roll an insight check for me.
You still look like you when you're altered.
I just look like all my brothers.
That would be a 16.
Captain Dodge seemed very well versed on exactly who you are and probably who was involved in your adventuring party.
Yeah.
Damn it!
Yeah.
We'll just tell them about a recent newcomer and it's this Professor Man.
He also mentioned that his friend, the spy,
Yeah.
probably the one to go to. You
Oh, right, hey.
probably well connected, knows exactly what's going on.
Damn it! That's fine. Just cheat more money out of it would be great. Oh well.
So you have a carriage for travelling?
Oh no, we.
We have legs.
Really? Really? Like a carpet on legs?
No,
Nope.
no, we just walk.
Our
Fresh
legs.
air and all that.
Oh, okay.
It hasn't been bad for us yet.
Oh, gets the
Well,
brain thinking.
actually, I mean, I was kidnapped in the
Oh.
street.
Yeah, but wouldn't you have been just kidnapped out of a cart if we had one?
Fair point.
For plot reasons, yes.
You shush. That fourth wall has to remain intact for at least 20 minutes. Oh god, but yeah, we can just move on, I suppose.
Yeah,
Move
head
on
on
to
over
the-
towards the barn. Well, I'll follow your lead because you're the one who
apparently
knows what it is.
Yeah.
When you head out the front door of the headquarters, it's eerily quiet this late at night. You hear some slight chirring of crickets. You can hear the waves lapping against the shore not far away, echoing slightly through the streets. And as you step out, just the sound of your footsteps echoes against the abandoned buildings. In the distance, in the far distance, you can hear some very quiet sounds like the marching patrols. From the tavern on the boat, you can hear some very, very faint music as well. And you set off through the streets. How are you going about this? Are you just riding through the streets?
Yeah.
Strolling through, yeah.
Nothing of a particular reason to be stealthing around, particularly.
Yeah.
I have my lights. Orbiting around in my stuff in the dark streets.
I've still just got my shield just kind of passively at the ready. Because I have that back now, finally.
So you're walking through the streets. You make your way through down towards the dock area and make your way along the ocean front. Everyone roll a perception check for me.
Here we go.
Raz the whole walk over is just like gazing
Did
at
anyone
stuff.
have a decent roll?
I'm also gazing at my stuff.
In which case, I'm going to use True North to switch that 1 to a 20.
I rolled one as well.
Yeah.
They're both just gazing at his staff.
Oh, yeah, mine was 11, but like, yeah.
Still not good enough to gaze at the staff.
Yeah.
To help you, I put like one of the lock globes just right in front of your face.
It really was a lost cause to try and make you inconspicuous, wasn't it?
You'd think if Raz wasn't basically an air boy, he'd probably be stumbling over his own feet as he's still gracefully gliding.
Yeah.
You sort of watch it for a while as well, because it is quite entrancing, but then you just kind of casually flick your eyes out to the ocean where you see the moon glistening, and as you focus back in, you see a very strange flash of white and black, and as you look closely, you see a bald man with a black handprint across his face with very pale white skin, wearing leather armour. The glint of a blade at his side. Just watching.
How far away?
You're on the riverfront or the beachfront. He'd probably be 20 feet away, and he's watching you from a doorway.
Oh man, that's not a flying crab.
Yeah.
Keep walking as natural, but there's someone watching us.
What part of natural? Just reach up and grab your shoulder.
And just see the man disappear back into the shadows of the house.
In the house.
That's what I do when someone's watching me.
But it's also
Really?
very unnatural.
As an adventurer, you need to learn to be more inconspicuous at times when necessary.
Ah, like when the students are sneaking out at night.
Exactly.
And you pretend not to notice because you're a good teacher.
The lights go out.
In that house over there, black handprint on the face.
Cultists? Potentially?
Yes, the black hand is a symbol of pain, I believe.
Ah, horrific. So we've been contracted to go hunt them, and not 20 minutes later, they've already spotted us. Fantastic.
The question is, are they following us? Or was this...
We'll find out as we go along, I suppose.
Should definitely make note of the exact house it was in, but...
Mm-hmm.
Question is, do we want to go in and investigate now, or...
No. Well, there's only 3 of us.
But perhaps from now on we should try and take a slightly more stealthy approach.
I'm down for it.
How is your stealth?
It's perfectly fine.
And he believes it.
Yeah.
I might just give you the blessing of the trickster, which gives you advantage on stealth rolls.
Good call.
That helps me by 1.
We are stealthing around now.
I think
Everyone
so.
gets on stealth?
Yes.
9.
20, 30.
Yep.
Reversed, because true enough.
Oh shit, you're right! So hang on a minute, so that'd be 30 plus 6, so a 6.
Ooh, buddy.
Does my roll reverse? No.
No. I had to think about that. Thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome.
I even wrote it down.
I'm curious. What does it look like when you use Dreamworld? Does it just sort of happen?
I mean, sort of thing where I've got the compass on my belt, so I'll occasionally reach down for it. So
More of a subconscious thing. You see the broken needles flick to the opposite direction. And just
23.
feel like a bit of a tug at your luck.
yeah.
23.
23. This is an odd change of fates.
Raz is doing a pretty good job of just sort of slinking between the buildings and staying low key. He doesn't think the same about you two. Your old rope's still letting off a slight glow.
Yeah. I'm like fairly decent deck, so I'm doing a really good job of it. I just have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I just occasionally my shield just clinking against like a belt on my armor.
So you start moving along the shoreline again. This is where the slums sort of give way to the lower class, where people have homes, people live. You walk this way for about 10 minutes, seeing the occasional lantern on in a house, but pretty unusual at this time of night.
Yeah.
And from the distance you hear what sounds like a muffled scream. Then you hear a baby crying frantically.
Well, I mean, that bears investigating, doesn't it?
It does.
How do you feel about preventing a kidnapping?
Good.
Good. Let's go do it.
Parents.
So roll investigation checks if you're trying to track down where it's come from.
Just gonna roll a different die.
12. Yeah, I'm gonna switch to my curse die.
I mean, that is a natural 20.
Oh.
2. Yeah.
That'll
10.
do it.
Yeah. You were rolling well today.
Wait.
So you're trying to trace it, and it's coming from one of the houses in a group of houses, and it's sort of echoing through between across windows and across walls.
Right, right.
But you managed to just sort of pinpoint it straight away.
Do I see anybody leaving that house?
No, the house is completely blacked out. The crying seems to be coming from upstairs, where there's a window that looks like it's been pried open.
Ooh, that sounds like a job for somebody who can levitate.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna...
Do you want to perhaps try and lockpick the door first to let us in the bottom while you go up the top?
So, you know what? That's a better plan than what I was about to enact. You know what?
Out of hand?
Yeah, there is one thing that I remembered, because I didn't write it down, but I remembered that I have the invisible gloves of thievery,
Yay!
which gives me +5 to exactly this kind of roll.
How convenient.
Right? It's quite high already. Jesus. 17 plus proficiency, 19. No, just 17 plus 5, 23. 22.
Yeah, it's a fairly simple lock in this area. It's people lock their houses,
Yep.
but they don't invest in deadbolts or anything like that. So you manage to get your thieves' tools. You crack the door a little bit, and then you just put a bit of pressure on the pin, and it just pops. And you see the door swing open.
Yep. Alright. You two, go in there. I am going up there.
Do we get to re-stealth, or are we still using our same stealth rolls?
At this point, re-stealth, because you've just broken and entered.
Makes sense.
Thank you.
Quite high.
Hit that.
Actually, that's another 23.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
You're
not
not
great
can't
either.
see.
Yeah.
That's a 10. Not doing well today. I gave you advantage.
Oh, you do have advantage.
That's 19.
Yep.
Significantly better.
So you sort of step into the shadows, realising your robes are glowing, but you just kind of focus your magic and dim it. Sort of disappear into the shadows along the walls. You step in and you sort of accidentally kick the door frame as you look through and lets out a bit of an echo. You stop for a moment, holding your breath, and you don't hear anything in response other than the crying from upstairs getting more and more frantic.
I'd also like, if possible, to like whisper slightly, touch my clothes and change them to black.
Yep.
Oh, I just realised I could have cast guidance on myself and given myself an extra d4. Oh.
I'll cast myself and float up to the second story window.
Yep. So you see it's very dark, but you see a bundle on a small bed that's crying, and you see a woman dead on the ground, throat cut, blood pouring out. Roll a perception check for me.
Yep. That is 15.
Someone's obviously been here recently to do this.
Yep.
But as you look around, you don't see any evidence of anyone in the room.
Okay, well, I mean, that's good.
There might be elsewhere, so.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna have
Can we.
I'm gonna have a hand on my rapier just at the ready as I enter through the window.
Yep.
Entering the house, I like to make a perception check.
Yes, same. That's not too bad.
I think I have
16.
decent skills. I just don't roll in.
I feel that. I feel that pain. This dice is behaving.
I'm not proficient, but I'm a really
You
good
sort
Saturday.
of look to investigate around this crying child, obviously traumatized, sort of, you're distracted, you just want to go and help it. 16, roll an investigation for me as well.
Okay. Nat 20!
Alright. As you walk in, you're looking around and you sort of look over the personal effects. It looks like no one's lived here for some weeks.
Oh. I might just whisper this information over.
In the meantime, upstairs, you sort of float into the window.
Yep. I'm just gonna sort of float around the room like in a space shuttle style, just like grabbing onto things and like following myself along.
Yeah.
Can I just check something? You said he saw a baby.
Yes.
You said I saw a baby?
You haven't seen
No,
it.
Oh, okay.
because it's
Yeah.
upstairs.
Yeah.
Roll a straight intelligence check for me.
Aye. Come on. That's 2 now.
On the table.
Yes, indeed. Straight intelligence, that is 6.
Never mind.
Brilliant.
You start making your way down the corridor. It looks like this corridor will go down to a main living area. You see a couple of doors off of it and a stairwell that goes up the other side.
I just want to carefully creak open some of the doors to see what's inside the different rooms in case anyone's hiding there.
As with your check before, you open them up and find out it looks like no one's been there for quite a while. Most of the effects have been taken.
Right.
You can see a layer of dust as you wipe your finger over it. I'll let you two roll a straight intelligence check as well.
Alright. 15.
15.
Yeah, cool. You're noticing that obviously no one's lived at this bottom level at least for quite a while.
Does Admiral Akbar come to me speaking words of wisdom?
The door to this room, is it open? Ajar?
No, it's closed.
Okay.
And behind you, you hear
Well, that can't be good.
you turn around to see the window is now closed.
Oh, awesome.
And there is a very pale man with a black handprint across his face standing there with a short sword that's glowing with black flame.
Oh, that sucks. And he's locked me in instead of out.
And all of a sudden, silence just envelops the room as you look and you see this vision of a dead woman and a baby disappear. The magic you know is illusion.
Oh! Awesome!
Roll initiative.
Oh! Great! 8!
Should we roll just in case?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, because as soon as we get something going on, it's yeah, I'm not great. I rolled a nat 1, so it's a 3.
As soon as the
I am
silence-
also rolling an appropriate number. 1. So 3.
Oh, you joke.
I think it makes sense for you to go first.
Good news is you go first.
Good lord!
Wait, what's your dex?
On an 8?
My dex is 14, but I want
Yep.
you go first.
Okay.
That's
I've got
insanity.
A 5 and 2 3s.
Alright. Jesus. I am going to... Yeah, I'm going to do that thing. I'm going to cast Booming Blade and try to attack this man with my rapier that I had at the ready.
Yep.
4. Oh, jeez.
Oh no!
Oh, what the hell is my attack for that? 13 damage. No, it's not 13 damage.
13 to hit.
13 to hit.
Does not hit.
Dicks!
So you pull your blade out and slash at him, and he sort of flips to the side, and you see him pull his dagger back, or his short sword rapier just stabs straight through your side,
Well, that seems like a good time.
which he does.
Oh no!
Yes, he does. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh my god!
For 18 points of damage,
Oh,
you feel the blade
awesome.
pierce through your ribs, and the black flame just sear your insides.
Oh, this is suddenly familiar.
What are you down to?
What the hell is 24 minus 18? It's like 4?
6.
6. Awesome.
Oh shit!
You hear the crying upstairs just stop.
Oh, thank God the baby's
We
quiet.
need to get up there now.
And then you hear, I'm guessing, Raz shout out in pain.
Not in silence, or not.
Sorry?
Did you say
The silence was from the baby stopping.
Ah.
Yes.
Not from the actual spell.
We need to get up there
Yeah.
now. And
Yeah, at the moment you're at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah.
The stairs are about 15 feet up, which lead to a door which you would assume would lead into the room where Raz was.
alright, well, I'll head up there. Is the door locked?
No.
Okay, I'm just
lucky.
gonna burst the door open and see. What do I see? Just,
So that's your movement and action to open the door.
oh,
Interactive object.
you're right. Yeah, okay, that's fine.
So you see near the window, it looks like Raz has engaged with someone, and he's currently got a short sword driven straight through his ribcage and black flame pouring out of it along with his blood. The room once again looks completely abandoned.
He's still floating because bolts to the wall and that shit.
Yep.
Alright.
Just like kicked off the wall to try and just launch at him. Didn't
Given
work.
that I'm at full health, I'm gonna do something really stupid.
Oh, this sounds
I
familiar.
need to run in with my shield up,
Yeah.
pull out my new sword of scimitar that I got from Ruse,
Right.
and attack with my bonus action.
Yep.
Oh, I
Because it's a
see.
scimitar of speed.
All right. Oh, how many uses of True North do you have?
I've got one more.
Well,
The question is, do I want to use it right now? And I don't think I do.
all right.
Because if you get a 1 on your death saving throw, I can change that to a 20.
That's fair.
So
That
I'm,
is fair.
I'm going to save it. So that was an 8 to hit, so that won't.
That does not hit. So you run forward with your scimitar, drawing it out and swinging it, and the man just sort of slips behind, dragging
Yeah.
Raz around, and you pull back to make sure you don't hit him.
Ow.
So I ran upstairs behind,
Yep.
So 15 feet later, you're at the door.
which is open.
Yes.
Yeah, I opened it.
I'm gonna make an intelligence check
Yep.
to see what spell I cast. It's like 23, so I've actually done something useful. I don't cast True Strike, which I do have.
This, oh Jesus, this seems reminiscent of another mechanic I tried running with Cody. Oh, God.
So seeing that, can you make a wisdom save?
DC?
15.
No, he cannot.
He is held. So
Yep.
and then he just freezes.
What is your whole person look? Do they just stop, or is there a magic?
My eyes glow,
Yep.
and then his will do the same. And then while he's held, his eyes will stay sort of glow, like almost mesmerized by the glowiness.
Oh, no.
So you see his eyes glowing blue,
Yeah.
bright blue, as he's got his sword up in your roof, and he's just holding onto you, and he can't see.
That's really painful.
Got him. I've got him.
Got it.
Your turn.
Oh, cool. I'm going to carefully extricate myself from this blade because that seems painful. And then,
I'm in melee combat, so does that mean you get advantage?
oh, I have advantage because he's held.
Oh, that too. Totally
Yeah.
so.
And auto crits
And auto crits.
in melee. Yeah.
Do I even need to roll?
Yes.
Oh, if you hit,
You
yeah.
have to.
Okay, got
You
it.
have to
Got
auto
it. Makes sense. Gotcha.
But you've got advantage anyway.
I do. So I'm just going to try and stab him in the back. Or I could try and shake above him, but no. Wow. That's not great. I'm guessing a 12 doesn't do it.
It does not.
That sucks. Wait, hang on. Proficiency doesn't go up until level 5, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Damn it. Yeah.
So it's
no,
still a
12.
+2.
Yeah. So yeah, no, doesn't do it.
Yeah. So
Oh.
you sort of try and stab him as you're pulling this sword out of your ribs.
Yeah.
And it just causes such an immense pain. You sort of cringe and you sort of go to stab and pull back.
Yep.
That was your turn, or do you want to do something else? You can move. He
I
won't give
have-
an attack of opportunity because he's held.
Yeah. I have bonus action still, so I will use that to cast a mage hand, just in case that's useful for some reason.
I mean, you could try and yank his weapon out.
Stab him with a second dagger.
Drop a vase on his head from above.
No, seriously though, but if he gets damaged, it'll cast Toll the Dead next turn. So.
I think. Yeah, I imagine trying to yank a weapon out of his hand would be an action, so I'll just kick myself away.
And if you do bonus action now, you'd be out of action economy for this round.
Yeah.
But if you want to cast it so it's ready to go next round, you can.
Yeah. I'll cast the mage hand now and sort of just kick myself away from him just in case he decides that he's able to move next turn.
Yeah, how far back do you want to get from him?
I'll just to the other side of the room.
Yeah, so about 15 feet away.
Yep.
Which brings us back to him.
Yep.
You see him you see this black smoke coming out of his eyes that pushes the glowing away, and you just see him redraw his blade.
Don't got him.
See a glowing wizard and start moving towards you.
Does that mean I get an opportunity to attack? Because I'm in melee right now.
Accurate.
Yep.
Cool.
He's very much leaving the threatened square.
Question is, you know what? Technically that could be more damage, so I'm gonna go for an actual attack roll rather than Warcaster.
Alright.
Yeah, that's a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
Alright. Let me find my d6. And that's also a 6, so that's 10 points of slashing damage that I deal with my scimitar.
Nice.
So looks around, he sees this wizard, sees the symbol of Mistra, you see him just glare and he goes straight from you, slash through with your scimitar coming up under the ribs, past the shoulder, and just this flash of blood goes around, and he winces in pain, sort of glares at you briefly, as he looks like he's turning to go after the wizard still. Which brings us to Professor.
How close is he to me?
He's about 10 feet away.
Worked the first time. Can you make a wisdom save?
No, you're not.
Nice.
Hold again!
The black smoke disappears and you see his eyes glowing bright blue again as he's held in place, and you see the blood sluicing down him for just cut.
Absolute panic on my face.
Clary.
Alright, I just need to double check if it's a d10 or d12 for Toll the Dead.
D12. It's a D12.
D12?
Yep.
Perfect, so I'm gonna deal Toll the Dead, which I believe from memory is a wisdom save.
Yes.
He fails.
Brilliant. So that's a d12 damage. And that's 8 damage, so you start to get this sort of ominous bell sound just ringing in the air.
Yeah, so you hear this echoing bell, and the wound that was gushing blood now just starts spraying it out of his side. Which brings us back to Raz. He's looking very hurt. You see him losing a lot of blood.
Cool. I'm just going to launch at him again. Just basically the same way that I started the fight, just kicking off from the wall to...
This time if you hit him, you get a crit though.
That's what I'm going for here. Well, I mean, I just naturally got a crit, so that's great. 2d6 plus a d8, plus another d8, plus more d6.
Love it.
I need 2 more d6? So I'll just roll some more d6 after this. Well, that's not
More
too
D6.
much. Okay, I'll take it.
Yep.
That seems about right.
Roll it, right?
Yeah, right? Oh, okay. It's much better. 6, 12, 14, 15, 17, 21 points of piercing damage.
Nice.
So how do you do it?
He just kicks off from the wall whilst levitating and just like rapier forward. Just like, I'm going to swordfish you!
So he's already gushing blood from his right side. You launch into his left with your rapier, just piercing straight in, pulling it out and gutting him basically, and he just collapses to the ground. The whole person still holding him basically in rigor mortis as he hits. His
Can I let the spell go now?
You did good, Professor.
There's a pool of viscera and blood on the floor blossoming out from him. And you see black smoke escape from his eyes and his blade just disappears in his hand.
I wanted that.
Well, that's one down.
I will pat him on the shoulder and be like, good job, and I've probably got gore on my hands.
And I was just I just killed you. Fine.
Yeah, and just looks down at this awful wound, just yeah, I'm as pissed as you are.
Nice. That
14.
is 17
Oh, my
HP
word.
that you get back with a second level cure.
So you cast Cure Wounds, and you see black smoke start pushing itself out of your wound. And you feel the skin suturing itself together.
Hey, jeez.
And you feel whatever damage was done internally the pain just subsists, and you're feeling much better.
You're almost less than Kip today. That's saying something.
If only he was here. He would have taken those blows and been happy for it.
Everything falls silent again.
Well, we need to collect the evidence, don't we?
From Ruse's bag of holding, I'll pull one of many knives and begin just taking off the ear.
Yep.
Barbaric.
Not this one. That's a butter knife. Pulls out a bread knife.
You eventually get a fairly sharp knife, but slices fairly cleanly for it. Takes a few tries though.
Oh yeah. And naturally, it's going straight back into the bag of holding.
Yeah.
So while he's doing that, to distract myself, I'm like, I don't recognise that holy symbol you used.
Oh, I'm a cleric of the Traveller.
Who?
The Traveller. He's kind of like, he's considered the giver of gifts, and they can be both good and bad. It's a bit of a double-edged sword.
Is it at least sharp?
Sharp enough.
So, yes.
Never heard of such a god.
It's a bit obscure. I only came across him in a very... just happened upon a book back when I was a child. And...
If I remember rightly from what you've said, he doesn't have any shrines, right?
No, they're purely...
Ah.
No, they're purely sort of self-made and then destroyed.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
The whole impermanence of everything, you know.
Where would I find a book on him?
I'm not sure, actually. I originally found it in the manor, but...
Well,
I mean, if we
we're
had
going
that
back to
meeting,
that, yeah.
I might be able to find it in my bedroom.
Exactly.
It hasn't been already taken.
Oh.
Or destroyed by time.
Now, can we please leave this
Isn't there a library which has almost every book in it? I've heard about this place.
Campkill. Yes.
Exactly. I mean, if you're going to find any information, I assume it would be there.
Oh, what was the book called?
I don't remember. I think it was something like, Traveller Guide You, A Guide to Living in Uncertain Times.
Pull out my spell book. Traveller Guide You, a Guide to Living in Uncertain Times.
Yes.
Roll a d20 for me. Let's see how well you remembered it.
Yeah, probably not well at all. That was a 4, so no.
Open up the pages are blank.
I don't think that's the title of it.
Probably not. I was 6 or 7 when I discovered this book.
As they're discussing this, loot the body! Take his stuff!
You find 6 gold pieces on him. You find a fairly plain dagger as well. It seems like a backup for his other weapon.
In memory of Bruce.
Was it living in interesting times? I'm not sure.
Roll a d20. I'll get you to roll a d20 too.
Oh, me?
Yes,
That's
so-
15. Straight 15.
That seems to have done it.
Just a d20?
Yep.
8.
8. Cool. So yeah, you just find the gold pieces and the dagger on him.
Interesting. Wait, why are there drawings of male genitalia all over this book?
You worked in a university, did you not?
Yes, you make a very good point.
How are you not more used to it? Oh, God.
This is fascinating. I'll have to read this length. But right now, there's blood on the floor.
Yeah, we should probably let somebody know about this. If there's a passing patrol, we can let them know. But there's a dead cultist in here in this house that hasn't been lived in for weeks. Seems odd that we have homeless but also abandoned homes.
Oh.
Property laws.
Yeah. Right, just moves on.
Yeah.
So you all start heading downstairs.
Well, I'm still floating. I'll go out the way I came in.
That has been closed but not locked, so you just
Actually using the levitate for something.
Yeah,
this time.
exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's probably going to run out.
where you
So.
can.
Yeah.
So you head downstairs. Out the front door,
Us plebs.
you see Raz just floating down.
Oh, yes.
It only lasts a minute, doesn't it?
Yes.
Probably runs out on the way down.
Yeah. Probably shortly after.
Yeah. Just lands on the ground, just like, right, no, we have a barn to get to and a patrol to find on the way, coincidentally.
Indeed.
Somebody take
Shall we
note of where we
continue?
are. Yeah.
Where are we?
We'll take note of
At
where
the
this
moment,
house is.
you're down, still near the docks.
Yep. Sort of like on the right-hand side there.
Yep, so you'd be quite near Low Lantern.
Oh,
Yep.
near the low lantern. Cool.
Yep.
I
Actually,
suggest perhaps we take a bit more caution
and not, fall into more traps.
and perhaps try to stay out of
More trouble.
yes and sight.
Yes, of course. Well, I mean, I was doing a great job of that.
That's true. I was unusually poor today. Let's see if I can do it better this time. No. That's a solid 5. This is very, very noisy today.
I was like, could I use the mage hand to assist you in that? To just like hold your shield so it doesn't clank against things.
Make that a 6.
You're like, we need to be quiet. You see a can on the street start kicking it along. Okay, so are you heading to the outer city, to the barn, or are you heading to the Elf Song Tavern?
Barn.
Barn first and then tavern.
Yes.
Yeah. So you start heading past Low Lantern up the street. You hear some sound coming from up ahead to the right down another main street, which is some music and some drinking. That's where the Elf Song Tavern is.
Cool.
From there you head up straight towards the upper city. And eventually, after nothing else happening, you find yourself at the gates to the upper city.
Ah, brilliant.
So is the barn into the upper city or?
It was past it. So you go through the upper city, past the gate, and out to the outer city, just outside of Baldur's Gate.
All right.
Hack on.
Yep.
Back to wide.
Yep.
Got my mage armor bit.
So.
You see the guards sort of stand to attention a little bit as you approach. Good evening, Professor.
Evening, guards. Did we have that cultist to report? Were they fighting for
Yes.
No, these are town guards.
Okay, no one.
No, they're
And also upper city, they don't care about the lower city.
That's it. Moving on.
They stand back and open the gate for you and gesture you through.
Brilliant. We make it quite clear that we're part of his retinue.
Yep. Close the gate behind you, staying on the outside, and you start heading into the upper city.
Yep.
In here, everyone's asleep. Most of the people get up quite early in the morning to work and go about the bureaucracy.
Makes sense.
So it doesn't take you too long to work your way through and up to the gate. Once again, the guards are standing. You notice there's a lot more guards than there were last time here.
Ooh.
There's about 8 guards on either side of the gate.
Right, gotcha.
They just walk straight to the gate.
Yeah, the head of them steps forward and goes, "Good evening, Professor.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we can't allow passage through at the moment."
Not even for university matters?
No, unfortunately not.
To do with the you-know-what?
What are we talking about exactly?
The threat to the north?
Oh. Roll a persuasion check.
I'm just going to yes man nod behind him to
Yeah. You need a classic Chase's horn.
With my +2, 18.
Nice!
These other 2 are with you then.
Of course, subject matter experts.
I'll be very careful out there. You won't find many people in the outer city. We've brought them all in.
Wise.
Stand back. The gates are hoisted. You see that open just enough for you to get through. As you slip under the gates, you see basically a platoon of soldiers standing around the outside perimeter. Most of them stay at attention. A couple of them sort of look at you and follow as you walk through.
Raz has remembered what we did. Oh, shit.
What?
Oh, no.
What is it?
We're not within earshot of any soldiers, are we?
Not if you keep walking for a few minutes.
Oh,
Alright,
good.
let's keep walking for a few minutes.
Yeah.
You go past the large bell tower. You remember them having a race up.
I remember that.
And head into the outer city.
Yeah.
You do notice the lanterns are still lit, but there is no one here.
Yep.
You do see in the distance a couple of guard patrols sort of sweeping the area, but it doesn't take long before you're out of the earshot of everyone.
Yep, cool. So you remember that spot where the Shadowkai and the Drow took us and
Yes.
Yeah? We were kind of getting fed to some sort of big shadow demon thing in a different
yes,
dimension.
I remember. That's how you met your new monk friend, yes.
Yeah. We kind of had to bargain for our lives by setting it free.
Wait. What?
Little bit. You can suddenly realise why I've suddenly remembered this may be a terrible idea. But here we are!
You don't have to get too close to it.
I'm hoping it doesn't get too close to us, or if it does, it remembers what we did for it. Or, wait, hang on. What I did for it. Ah.
Why? This is what happens when I'm not around.
In fairness, it was either that or die.
Fair.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I've been in the same situation. I mean, we gave us an extra 10 years, so...
Exactly.
I can't really... I'd be a hypocrite if I was to be angry, so...
Exactly. So, you know, we're not all dead, and apparently a lot of people in the outer city are, and that's our fault.
So you are heading out and you hear a voice behind you go, oh, wait, hold. You turn around to see the guard captain sort of running up the street, a bit uncoordinatedly in his heavy armour. It's like, you're going to need to get back in, and he pulls out a writ and hands it to you.
Thank you.
I'm on the other side. No one else will know. Good luck. He turns and heads back in.
So you released what in what about 10 years?
When I was 16, I had to make a deal with the Archduke of the First Layer of Hell to give us another 10 years before this all happened.
She was terrifying.
What deal did you make for that?
A pot of ink.
Yes.
We're not kidding.
Well, let's leave it at that.
You must be very convincing.
Oh no.
Or the ink was very powerful. It was her request.
Okay.
And as for the thing that we released, that's...
Well, the thing that you released.
That somebody released. It may have been Ruse.
Of course.
I think he was the only one that had the ability to. In any case, it's, I guess, haunting this section of the city. Yeah, so, you know, in and out and all that.
Indeed. I feel like, are we close enough? Are we within 1,000 feet of the barn?
You wouldn't quite be yet. You're still in the outer city. You're hitting the farmlands now, and it's a couple of kilometres in.
Alright.
Yeah.
But if you kept walking for about 5 minutes, you'd be within 1,000.
Alright, once we get onto
What wasn't that writ, by the way?
She
This gives you free passage.
Yeah.
Oh, right, of course.
I
We come and go as we please.
pull out some papers and start writing down stuff.
I don't plan to do that, but hey, we have the ability to.
So you get to a part of the road where a single lantern's hanging lit, and you know this is fairly close to where you came out of the sheep run and ended up on the streets.
Alright, well, I'm going to use my last second level slot for locate object.
Nice.
What are you searching for?
I'm searching for specifically the Tome of Knowledge, the Medusa's Tome of Knowledge, being specific about that.
Was it in a bag of holding?
No.
No.
If it was in a bag of holding, I would have it.
Okay.
Where did they take
Roll a d20 for me.
Okay.
Oh boy.
That's a 12.
Which beats 8. You feel a magical ping in your brain, drawing back towards where the barn is.
It's that way. Is that where the barn was?
Yes. I mean, look.
At this point, I'm using, because it's supposed to be like a forked twig, but I'm just going to say it's like one of my hairpins. Is it that way?
You
Yeah.
see a little flash of blue light on the end as it points towards it. You feel it pull like a magnet slightly.
Yeah, that's
Well.
where the barn was.
I guess we head in that direction and hope we don't,
Meet our old friend? Yeah, I don't know.
your old friend.
Yeah, well, look, he's everyone's friend at this point.
Fair.
If I don't think of him as a friend, he's as likely to eat me as look at me. So, here we go.
So you start heading through the paddock. How are you trying to get in? Through the main entrance or through the way you got out the first time?
I guess the main entrance?
I'm following your lead, so.
So you work your way around the sheep run. There's some cornfields that you make your way through. Eventually you come to what looks like a series of large barns connected with a farmhouse attached. So you see a very large barn door to the main barn, and you see a small homestead with a door that leads in.
Yep. Okay.
Everyone roll a perception check.
I was about to say, yeah, how long does locate object last for?
It lasts for, I believe, 10 minutes from memory, but I will double check that.
16.
9.
I have from memory, it is a 10. Yeah. Oh wait, no, sorry, I've got 4 perception. That'll be 12.
So it's quite quiet. You hear something strange just somewhere coming from in the midst of all these barns that are ramshackle built together. It sounds like a crunching sound, and then you hear a slight snap, then quiet for a second, and some very quiet crunching.
What matter of beast did you release? Can you hear the chews on bones, I believe?
Also, yes, it is 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So if you're pointing out that sound to me, I'm just like, oh, that sounds, I mean, not familiar as such, but it does sound very reminiscent of what I imagined it to sound like. How do I describe it? It was big, very big, big and black, with giant, like, smoky wings. And it had these big stone manacles on it with runes on them that we broke.
Can I make a roll to see if I recognise that? It's probably pretty vague.
With disadvantage?
It is very big.
I can give you guidance if you've got extra d4.
Sure.
Have a d4. D4.
It's probably 7. Oh, what kind of roll is that?
It would probably be. I'll let you choose between history and arcana and nature.
17.
17. It sounds familiar to a creature. It sounds almost demonic, but the way he describes the smoking wings, you realise it's a creature from the Shadowfell. You don't know a lot about it, but you know they are basically similar to devils, in that they like to make a bargain, but
That's good.
probably more natural and less evil deliberately, more evil by nature for the fact they are hunters and destroyers.
Awful.
So you're saying it's right in there where we need to go. Wonderful.
Or at the very least around it, yeah.
Is there another way in?
I think so. The way we came out, yes.
Yep, there was a secret entrance to the side.
So yes, there is. As luck would have it. Fantastic. And we go via that way, I suppose. If
Stealth?
Book's still near here?
I'm worried to say that because I'm going to roll really
So, yeah,
poorly.
there are some steel bars that you have to climb over to get into the sheep run, which leads down to a wall which you know you can pry open.
Right, okay.
So as you're climbing over the steel bars, make your stealth check.
Okay.
And you still have advantage, possibly? Probably.
Probably not.
Yes, you do.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A natural 20. I'm getting used to this adventuring
Uh-oh.
style.
Yeah, that's a 12.
14.
Yep. So you quite definitely climb over these steel bars and start making your way through the sheep run. Behind you, the other two climb over. You just hear a slight clang of metal as it echoes.
Probably like my shield again, just like hitting my face with it.
The rapier just tings against it like a ton
crunching
of
sounds stop for a moment. Everything just goes dead silent as you all wait. And then the crunching very quietly starts up again.
It either doesn't know or doesn't care. Both of those are great options. Let's go.
So you head to where you know the secret entrance is, press it in, slide it in.
Yep.
You come in and you see the signs of there's been a clean-up here.
Yep.
Where all the bodies were, they've all gone.
Terrifying.
Roll a insight or investigation for me.
Okay. One of those is likely better than the other. It is. 10.
10. Yeah, it's been cleaned up. You're not sure why or by who.
Okay.
But there don't seem to be any evidence of the Shadowkai being here still.
Okay. Well, that's good, at least. We'll back up for us. Yeah, so we'll just creep along down here and
Alright, following
around.
wherever my hairpin is telling me to go.
Yeah, so it guides you back towards where you first came out, down where the cells were.
Yeah.
And then it guides you back towards the room where the others were coming from, where you saw Gorda fighting them.
Yeah, okay.
And heading down that corridor, it comes out to a fairly wide open space. And I'll get everyone now to roll an insight for me.
That's better, at least.
Insight.
21.
14.
16.
So straight away you walk in and you know you think first someone's left here in a hurry, then you realise someone or some people were dragged out of here against their will and leaving everything behind.
Oh.
You see some splashes of blood across the wall that indicate that they were not having a good time when they were taken out.
Well, that's an understatement. Oh, jeez.
With your insight, you'd
Awful.
probably guess that the shadow creature dispatched what remained of the Shadowkai here and decided to have them for dinner.
Right.
I'd like to look through the Shadowcast stuff if it's still here.
Yeah.
There's some stuff around.
Yeah, same.
Any sort of alchemy stuff?
Yes,
Potions?
there's some very strange plants. Their society is more based on using the herbal medicine. So they've got some basically packs full of different herbs. Sort of like a first aid kit, but with herbs from another realm.
Cool.
So fey herbalism.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we finally have a medicine kit to give to Smoke. He'll be so happy!
Yes!
Oh my god. But yeah, you've got the pin to look for.
You also find some
Yes.
strange currency. It looks like black minted coins.
Oh.
You're not sure what the value of it would be, but there's quite a bit of it there.
Cool.
Shadowkind money. Very useful if this were a descent into the Shadowfell campaign.
Sure, it can be sold off to some curious collector.
Yeah.
I know. I know people.
You see some bits and pieces of adventuring gear as well.
Ooh.
Ooh.
As you go through it, you do see a large book that is pinging with your headpin.
Is that it?
I think it might be. Let's go take a look.
Does it open?
Still doesn't. But it is the right book. And that-
Oh, we got that going for us. Is anything else of the rest of Tonk's stuff here?
Yeah, you find all of it. A couple of the bits of string throughout, like they've gone through it.
But not Tonk, I note.
No.
Oh dear.
Well, think about what happened to Ruse.
I mean, yeah, but
So we might be more likely to find a pile than a body.
maybe? I don't know why I'm looking at you. You've never been to the Dreamworld.
With your investigation check before, you notice that a couple of the splashes of blood on the floor are actually correlated to a couple of vials that seem to have hit the ground and exploded on impact.
Can I try and collect any samples?
Yeah. I guess a performance check.
Performance? Sure.
See how good you are at collecting it.
Oh wow, quite.
23.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you pull out your own one of your own
demonstrated my
alchemical
riches.
vials, and you sort of loosen the blood up a bit with a bit of water and then collect some samples.
Cool. Can I have my notepad back?
I will allow it. Can you also roll a D100 for me?
Oh jeez.
Ooh.
Probably not.
So it's never good when that happens to me.
29.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I'll have a look through the rest of this adventuring gear.
Everyone who's looking through it, roll a D100 for me.
Alright.
D100.
This is a different roll.
Yeah. I know we're here.
30.
Oh. 29.
49.
You find nothing of note. You
Yeah.
basically any adventuring gear like ropes, daggers, candles, tinderboxes you can find here.
Daggers.
I might take a rope.
Yeah.
You never hurt to have a bit more rope.
How many daggers?
You find 3 as you go through everything.
264. Gotta remember them somehow.
You feel like there were probably some quality items here given the quality of the adventuring gear, but magic items were probably kept on their persons as they were taken out.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. Oh
Well,
But
shall
you
we?
might find them. If you can find the rest of them, what remains.
Ugh, I don't think I want to explore any further, to be honest.
Any luck?
No. I just got some rope, but
I'm sure Ruse would have thought this was tremendous luck, but not really, no.
You hear some loud clattering from above you suddenly, and the scratching of giant claws on the roof.
we
Time to go!
really need to get out of here now.
Stealthily leaving?
Yes. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Cool. And I'm gonna use guidance on myself because okay, that's a 4. Nice.
Rest
Because
of,
I needed it.
rest of advantage?
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. Essentially, just assume that I'm giving you advantage.
Sure. Oh, so you can. 17.
13. What did you?
9.
9.
9. Oh.
So you start heading out. Which way are you leaving? Same way you came in?
So where we came in.
Yeah.
So you slide open the secret door, step out to the sheet room,
Yep.
and start making your way down.
Yep.
You just stop in your tracks. You can just feel something beating into the back of your head. And you look up to the roof and you see a giant black creature looking down at you with its wings furled.
Oh, this looks familiar.
It sort of cocks its head a little bit.
Hi.
You see in its hand it's got what looks like a leg, humanoid but red flesh, dripping black blood.
Good evening.
You see it spray blood as it bites into it.
Looks like it.
I just start like backing away.
It's like
very, very slowly.
Can we, like, go?
You just hear in your head, yes.
Oh. And what, I did say we, so like all three of us?
Yes. I've had my fill.
Cool. Let's not press our luck at all, because he's letting us go.
Oh, brilliant.
Letting us
Okay.
go.
Well, he's from the Shadowfell. They're very honourable with their deals there.
Brilliant. Good to know for later. Should we ever need to make a deal.
Alright.
Just
Just carefully, but I'm
Right,
still gonna
John.
like slightly like half like facing towards him like
yeah.
I did take the money.
Sorry?
I did take the money.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I was going to ask if there was money, but I was like, it's a bad taste.
I'm an adventurer now.
You back away into this giant squatting beast on the roof, claw marks dragged across it from it, sitting just chewing on this leg.
Well, I mean, look, at least he's eating the Shadowkai.
Yeah.
Roll a religion, history,
Yeah.
or nature check for me.
I don't think any of those are.
18.
13.
16.
As you say, at least he's in the Shadowkai, you know straight away that is not a Shadowkai leg.
Oh, brilliant.
It looks like it's probably a devil.
That looks like a devil leg.
Well, they did say the Baldur's Gate was next.
Well, at least it's eating it.
Yeah? Yeah?
But
Enemy of my enemy and all that, and we will just be on our way.
yes, but that's I guess another thing to keep an eye out for here, I guess.
Well,
I mean, Shadowkai,
I'll say,
Drow.
yeah.
It's just add it to the list, I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly. If we ever show up here again, it's something to be careful of. If not, which is what I'm voting for,
Absolutely. Let's get back in and head back to the tavern. I could use.
we got what we came for.
Oh wait, no, because we don't get free drinks at that tavern.
No, but we do have money in copious amounts.
That's true. I was hoping to say for that finger of death scroll.
Yes, at
Haven't
Halbazar's
you been
place.
to Halbazar?
I have, yes. But not for a while.
Yeah, he's got a finger of death scroll in, which you and I think Ruse were
Yes.
intensely interested in.
Yes.
I imagine you would be as well, but I don't know.
Well, I know it's a potent spell, but...
How deathy do you feel?
well,
I've seen a fair amount of it tonight.
yes.
You'll get used to it eventually.
I'm not so sure if spells that kill people are my thing. Oh, depends on what you do. That's fine.
Makes sense.
Fair enough.
As you're leaving, you notice this creature sort of just stops eating and just head snaps up and it stares intently at something in the distance. And it just seems to be coming from the north, which is away from Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
Perception check. I doubt we'll see it, but I'm too curious. Yeah, no, probably not. That's
Ooh.
12.
Well, that's actually quite high. 24?
It's high enough to know that whatever it's looking at, you wouldn't be able to see from here, but you
Cool.
can guess from its vantage point, and you can tell it's obviously got a very long range of vision in the dark. And lets out like an earth-shattering screech and launches into the air with its wings unfurling and just swoops off. And you see its barbed tail silhouette against the moon as it just disappears.
Towards the north?
Yes, away from Baldur's Gate.
Is that towards the
startling
Elturel from
speed.
memory? Is that Elturel
Yes.
North? Oh. Well, at least we have a guard dog now.
Something of one, yeah. Which had a hoard of possibly magical items that it was sitting on.
Which is now.
Not going to press my luck. I don't want to press my luck with that. I don't
It's
want-
tempting, but no.
it is. It really is, but no.
But given how it looks like it can make quick work of any enemies.
Oh, he very nearly did. Yeah, he did.
In which case, shall we continue?
Yes.
Alright, let's head back towards the gate.
Yeah, so you go through the cornfields and end up back on the main path.
Yep.
You see a couple of guard patrols approaching you swiftly.
As because they also heard the shriek.
Yeah, and they also see people that shouldn't be out here. Approach. Why are you beyond the gate?
We have a writ.
He has a ret.
Yeah, be careful out here.
We believe there may be something coming from the north now.
Yes,
Yes.
Cool.
more than one thing.
Many things.
Do you have word on what it is?
Not yet.
Oh, ominous. Let's go.
Something from the hells.
Expeditious retreat.
So you start heading back through the outer city, back towards the main gate.
Yeah.
Once again, completely abandoned still.
Makes sense.
You see that the guard force has bolstered by about another 20% since you've been gone.
Yeah.
Based on the
Yeah.
massive roll, yeah.
Yeah. They're prepping for something fucking awful.
Ken players. Ken.
He's taking a very long time overlooking it.
I have information that is important to the survival of the city.
You hear the screech off in the distance again. Very well. Pulls the gate up just enough for you to get under.
Look at it.
You hear it lower behind.
Slap. Straight back down. Alright, no, we're out of here. Tavern!
As you head down the main street, you recognise someone.
Ooh.
An archmaester of the School of Wizardry coming up.
Look good.
Looking good?
Absolutely.
Yes, of course.
Participate, everyone.
He's wearing robes that you've never actually seen him wear. You've heard rumours of. The Archmage, with gold trim running down them with glowing runes.
There's only one of them.
And holding the staff of the Archmage. He walks past, looking quite intent, looking at Professor. And just keeps going. They don't even bother to open the gate for him, he just walks straight through it.
Raz immediately slaps us like, who was that?
That was the Archmage.
Do we have an Archmage?
Hopefully. Keep walking.
Yeah, head back towards the tavern.
Yeah. He's making idle chit chat as we go along. It's like, man, it must be really bloody important for the Archmage of Boulder's Gate to show up.
So yeah, you start heading down towards the Elfsong Tavern.
Yeah.
You pass through the outer gate, they see you, let you out. And ahead of you see
Do I see a courier?
a courier.
Like a messenger, something like that?
You see a couple of soldiers running messages back and forth.
Oh, like a more private one.
It seems like they've been put inside.
Okay.
Anybody unarmored is not outside.
So yeah, you start heading down near the Elfsong Tavern. You see a very confused looking tabaxi sort of wandering towards you. And that's where we'll go break. So stick around, we'll see how we go. And we'll see you all soon. And welcome back. As you can see, a very confused Tabaxi has now joined the party in the streets after being sent on wild goose chases around half the streets to find them.
What are you writing, dude?
And I found no goose.
Move that way, please.
Still confused. Very confused.
Move more that way, please.
Or am I good?
Like that's perfect, just don't lean too far forward.
Yep.
Tech sorted. This is easy. What's everyone complaining
Who
about?
said that?
Damn that fourth wall!
So smoke eventually does catch up with you all.
Oh, good.
Oh, smoke.
There you all are. Been up to stuffing things?
Stuffing things.
I'm getting stabbed.
Getting stabbed.
Oh,
Yeah,
typical morning then.
pretty much.
Oh.
Is it still night?
Or is it technically
Yeah,
morning?
It's like 3:34 in the morning.
Oh, we're gonna deal with exhaustion tomorrow, aren't we?
Well,
You're well rested.
I'm out of second level spell slots. So.
I've had my 5th nap for the day. Shall we have at it then?
I guess we're heading off to the tavern, the
Tavern of Elfsong? Elfsong Tavern, yeah.
Elfsong Tavern.
Yeah, we have a job for hunting down cultists and cutting off their ears.
Oh, that sounds horrifying.
Yeah,
In the
well,
beach.
but so are they, so.
Gold, you say?
Yes.
That sounds beautiful.
And 200 for participating.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Exactly.
Shall we?
By the way,
Oh, yes.
Plume of Smoke, this is Professor Montbunk.
Smoke. Just smoke.
Just smoke. Just smoke. Just smoke.
Just smoke.
I am just smoke.
Yes. Good to meet you, just smoke.
Smoke extends a paw/claw/whatever.
Change my quarter stuff over to the other hand. Shake.
Your paw.
Smoke shakes the quarterstaff.
You never grab a wizard staff without permission.
Did not extend it. Wait a minute. What's going on here?
Terms of service.
Do I still have clothes on? Is that why you're laughing?
No, you do. Oh, jeez.
Good to be back.
I think I said the wrong thing.
Oh, don't worry. So does he. It's great.
I get worried when I say the right thing.
Exactly.
I don't know what that is
Very
anymore.
true.
Oh, this sounds like tavern talk if ever I've heard it. Onwards.
Indeed.
So you start heading towards the Elfsong Tavern, which is not far from here. You hear some quite elven music playing coming from the tavern. Unlike most taverns, it's not that rowdy. Most of the miscreants are probably gone for the night. There's probably just a few remaining drinking quietly. Some that have heard rumours and are too afraid to sleep. So you enter the large gilded doors and you see a very well laid out tavern, very well kept. Even after a night of excessive drinking and celebration, it's been kept clean the whole night. I see a couple of workers walking around collecting glasses, scrubbing tables, scrubbing the floor.
That's very delicious.
And they flit around like insects and then disappear out the back.
Well, who was it that we were looking for?
Indeed.
Smoke will go straight up to the bar and just commend whoever's working there for the cleanliness of the inn.
Thank you, sir. We pride ourselves on it.
Yes. What chemicals do you use?
Chemicals.
Cleaning supplies.
To clean, we use water.
They probably make it warm.
What? Water, you say?
Yes.
Smoke backs up a step.
He has a thing
Suddenly
against water.
fearful.
Can I get you a drink, sir?
Who's a cat?
Yes, I'd like a saucer of milk, please. As long as it doesn't have any water in it.
He's not joking. I assure you.
I will
Mariel,
pay you.
get some milk, please, and a plate.
Yes, a plate.
Make it a soup bowl.
Can I please have a spoon with that?
And a spoon, thank you, Mariel. You see a woman with a big black braid turn around and walk up out the back,
Well, that.
looking even more confused than him.
I plonk a gold coin down for that saucer of milk with a spoon.
He sort of picks it up, thinks for a second, and gives you back 9 silver pieces.
She looks more confused than him, but nobody looks more confused than Smoke.
Smoke looks at the silver pieces and gives back 5.
What else can I get you, sir?
I'll have a drink, thanks. Just whatever's on tap.
On tap.
Whatever that 5 silver will pay for that he just gave you.
I would like you to point me to the most interesting person in here, and I'd like to get to know them.
It seems you're in their company already, sir.
Smokey is another silver piece over.
What can I get you?
Your friendship.
Very well. We're friends of all patrons here, sir.
Done.
Smoke.
Orphans.
I heard that normally costs dozens of gold.
Not when Smoke does it.
The bartender, looking very confused, kind of looks around, looks at the pile of silver that's grown in front of him, and pulls down a fairly elaborate bottle of what looks like blue wine, and pulls it out into some crystal glasses and puts it in front of you.
That's fine.
Have a drink on us for the stress of encountering.
Well, I was going to say, I've just graduated from my first adventuring mission. I should have the drink of graduates and a yard of ale, but this is fine.
This is perfect.
I'll get to that later tonight.
We're looking for someone. I think it was Tyrion. I cannot read my handwriting.
Rena?
Tarina, that's it.
Oh, yes. Look, she's over there,
Brilliant. Thank you.
winning some more games.
Games, you say?
Yes, she's quite the expert in Baldur's Bones. Never seen anyone that can luck her way through it like she can.
A test of luck, you say?
Yes, well, that's what the game is, isn't it, after
Well,
all?
we've certainly tested our luck enough tonight. Why not a bit more?
Exactly.
But
Well,
without the danger involved.
Exactly,
I mean,
yeah.
although I've heard that her temper can be quite fierce.
Oh, yes. When you lose, just lose.
Very
Got it.
well.
got it.
I always lose gracefully.
Well, that's good. Let me know when you're ready for another round.
Will do.
Thank you.
Oh, Mario, thank you. Here we are, sir. It's quite a large bowl, looks silvered, filled with milk. It's got a large soup spoon in it.
I sit down at the nearest. Smoke sits down at the nearest table, puts the plate on the table, ignores the spoon, and then just starts laughing at it.
So Beauty and the Beast style. Just
You look up with a sopping face to see Clary looking at you, you're appalled.
I offer the plate up to Clary.
there's a spoon there for a reason.
You specifically asked for one.
It's to play spoons later. Have you ever played spoons?
Not sober.
Oh,
No, but I'm suddenly curious to find out what it is.
me too.
You hear a loud thud across the room. You look up to see a fairly sturdy-looking woman with short black hair has just knocked someone on their ass.
Well, I think that's who we're looking for.
And sits down. The other two men sitting at the table sort of nod at her, and then they start rolling dice.
So we go over and find out what that's all about.
Indeed. Care to join us, Professor?
Of course.
Smoke?
Yes. If lead the way. Lead the way.
I didn't think it was possible.
Do I hear this? Do I hear them whispering about me?
With your
Probably.
big cat ears.
His Smoke just turns to the side and secretly smiles.
Yes.
So you make your way over to the table with a clattering of dice in a large wooden bowl. And you see this woman smile and pull another couple of gold pieces towards a very significant pile of gold pieces.
Is there Smoke leans over and wants to know, is there any milk in the bowl?
There is not. There are
It's
dice.
gold. Oh, dice. Not gold.
Yeah.
Mind if we sit in on this game?
You got the gold, you're welcome to play.
We have the gold.
What's the gold buying?
1 gold piece at the moment.
Perfect.
Not paying for a lot.
Professor's in. Raz is in.
I'm in.
Clary's in. Smoke?
Smoke will observe.
I like to pick up my handful of dice and investigate them.
Yep.
16.
They seem fairly standard dice, well made. Actually quite well weighted.
I was trying to figure out how much gold I actually have.
I'll take those guys.
You think I'm just going to use a dice roller?
I do believe I've played this one before.
Roll your dice, start with 3, love.
Alright then. Okay.
What do you got then?
Shit.
6, 12. 16.
Oh, good first hand. Well, the other gentleman sort of applaud. Bloody good show.
I guess luck is on my side today. Although, what is aim of this? Is it higher, lower?
Oh, you've never played at all.
No, I haven't. In
You've
fact.
got to get to 21 or as close as possible while everyone else fails.
Ah, I
That's
see.
the joy of it.
Can Smoke cast guidance here?
And add a D4. Probably not.
Considering that
You
actual
could potential,
dice.
unless you wanted to help someone out with like a sleight of hand roll or something.
I'll let you cast guidance, and in any hand you can re-roll 1 dice.
Woohoo! Smoke cast guidance.
Yep.
I'll cast guidance
Oh wow.
on myself
Yeah, oh jeez.
because you can only cast it on one person.
That's true.
So if you want to re-roll on them, you're welcome to.
Oh no, I'm good with that.
Shocker there.
All right, you wind boy, you're in.
Yeah.
Roll it.
All right. Still 7.
Add another dice. Come on, pay attention.
All right.
When you roll an extra dice, do you have to re-roll the whole 4?
Oh yes.
Oh,
Every
okay,
time.
I see.
All right.
That makes it more interesting.
Oh, we can't just re-roll it all because you forgot to add a dice. Don't try to pull one over
I'm
us.
very confused right now.
Go on, read about what you got.
13. It did not help.
I'm guessing you want to keep playing then, next round.
Absolutely.
And you, Professor, roll your dice.
22.
Oh, you're out. So what are we up to? We're up to the pot of 5 now.
And you stood on 16? Question mark.
I'm staying on 16.
Oh, look at that, I've got 20.
Very well.
You're up to 7 now.
Smoke insight. Check that.
Yep.
13.
You sort of a bit squishy. Look over and the dice are reading 20.
18. But I'm not about to press my luck on that.
Well, you've lost anyway.
I'm aware.
There's no point in not pressing your luck.
Smoke.
Add another one to the pot though.
Smoke goes over to the professor and just puts one of his hands, whatever, on his shoulder and just, it was a valiant effort. I was inspired by the battle we just undertook.
I've lost this round. I'm in the next round. I don't know.
But you will win the next battle. That's how it goes, isn't it?
Yep.
If you
It's
lose
not
the battle, you
guaranteed.
can still win the war.
Well,
That's
There it is.
You in or out?
Oh, I'm in. Let's
Better
do
roll
it.
your bones.
Put up like 3 stacks of 10 gold pieces.
Oh, that's a lot of 6s and 5s. So I'm guessing over 21, but let's find out. 15, 21. If I was rolling 4 die, I wouldn't bust, but that, as it stands, is like 28.
Looks like it's me again then. She reaches forward and picks up the gold pieces and puts it on the stack. The other 2 guys just shake their heads, get up and walk off.
Makes sense?
Ready to roll again then?
absolutely.
Can I hold
Put
a...
another gold chip, another gold in.
Absolutely.
I would like to attempt to blow on her dice
To
hit to see if I can put them off. Cool. Yeah.
Just as we're rolling this first die, Raz will say to us, I hear you're the local expert on cultists that are around. Oops.
cultists? Nah, don't know nothing about them.
No?
No.
Not even if you say that we've had some discussions with a certain captain named Zolch.
Never heard of him. Roll your dice.
Smoke insight.
Yeah.
Oh,
Still confused.
Oh, insight.
7.
Maybe you got the wrong person.
Right, that's a D20. That's a
She
D20.
seems legit. She seems legit.
in fairness, they were both D20s.
No, that was a D12. Oh, it wasn't. I thought I picked up my D12.
Yeah.
I'm just having to roll. It's the cursed dice anyway, so that's a 10.
You know she's lying. She's Tarina. You've been told to find her.
Yeah.
Don't need to insult that one.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Your dice roll.
I'm at 15.
Playing on then?
Yes, I shall be.
What about you?
14.
How many did you roll?
3.
We've been over this. It goes one more every time it goes around. You're up to 4.
Alright, well. My bad. Oh.
Oh, right, of course.
11, 14. Oh, it's 20.
Ah. And you, Professor? You're up to 5 now.
Don't think I can beat 20.
Would you look at that? 21.
You are joking. Oh.
She reaches forward and picks up the gold, puts it there.
That's rough. I mean, I'm still going, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's my turn first.
Yeah, I guess so.
Roll an Arcana check for me.
20 something.
Quite high.
You notice that her dice after a few rounds are always just enough to win, and you realise as you're watching she's casting minor illusion to make the dice face look like exactly the numbers she needs.
Cool. I will keep that.
Does anyone else have minor illusion? Does
I
anyone
know,
else have...
it's fine. I've got this.
Okay.
9. No, wait, back.
That's 17.
You guys in?
Who's up?
How many dice am I rolling this time? 5? Alright.
All right.
An extra D6.
Go.
Thank you. See. 7, 10, 15, 20.
Smoke
Oh,
just
you're
starts
bang on.
clapping.
How many is that? 6? That I got to roll?
Yes.
Yep.
One more to the pot.
One more I've got there.
Yeah, you can grab all of those.
Yep. $10, 15, 18, 19, 20. 22.
What about you, Professor?
Can't beat 20.
Well, you can.
Sure. So you do roll 4?
I rolled 5.
Oh, so do I have to roll 6 for us?
Sorry, I rolled 6. You're up to 7? Question mark?
Yep.
I got 16, I'm still in. But. Go on.
Oh, and he's rolled a d20 for some reason.
I've got. I'll wait to see what she gets.
Okay. I mean,
21 exactly again. How about that?
I got 24 to disbelieve the illusion. Second, she says 21.
You can see it straight away.
I don't have them break the illusion.
No, you can see through it.
What did she actually get?
Like 30.
I reckon that's 31.
Oh, you'd be wrong. You're reading them wrong.
I don't know. Do you guys believe that?
Smoke believes it.
What perception check do we need to dispel the illusion, or to see through the illusion?
It would be DC. Is it DC for?
What's it in save? I don't know what her DC
In
is.
save, it would be 16.
Oh, okay.
oh wow, that hurts. Wait,
Yeah.
save, you say?
Yeah.
Look,
Save.
look, she's beyond reproach.
Yeah, no, that's still sad.
Smoke knows people.
8.
However, insight check.
I was gonna say,
Alright, well, I'm done for the night. She picks up the gold.
shocker there.
It's on there. Waves the tavern keeper over. Eyes you a little bit across the table.
Is her dice still on the table?
No, she swept them up along with the gold.
Smoke is fascinated by them.
But
Amazed that she can keep getting 21 all these times.
those go somewhere.
He's zeroed in on them.
Alright, you played well.
I didn't play at all.
I'll tell you what, maybe I can help you after all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes.
We're listening.
Got some old friends. Baldur's Gate. Apparently come looking for me. Won't be long till they get here. Be helpful if they were dispatched for me.
What kind of friends are we talking about?
The kind that don't like to talk.
Oh, of course.
But-
But I'll need a little bit more description to go on than that.
Oh, you'll know when they get here.
The kind that like to have black hands over their face?
Oh no.
Oh, damn it.
Don't associate with those sorts. The kinds that spend a lot of their time at sea, should I say.
Oh.
Right.
Seafaring mutes.
Yeah.
Mute? What? Oh, because she said they don't like to talk. Not mute.
Mimes.
That-
Mutes can't talk. Mimes don't want to talk.
That's a good point.
That
But
is also not right, but a fair
are
distraction.
we talking pirates or privateers?
They call themselves privateers.
Oh.
Oh, jeez. Oh, where's
Do you
Kip
think
when you
this
need
is-
him?
I called them a good time for about 3 months and they weren't happy to be rid of me. But too bad.
Oh.
They had their chance.
I see.
Right.
If anything, it's probably a good thing he isn't.
Yeah. You know what? Make a good point. Make a good point. That's a good point. It's very well made. Okay. When you say dispatched, I presume you don't.
I mean, murdered. Read between the lines,
Cool.
quite honestly.
But
I like to be clear on these things. All right. It's
Yeah, if someone says we're going to wait for them to have, we want someone to have an
Because
accident,
after all,
That I understand.
and then they just wait
dispatch
for months.
could mean
accident.
essentially just keep them moving on and not stop here.
Yes, keep them moving on indefinitely.
Oh, of course, I understand that perfectly.
Down the Styx River.
That's alright. Like I said, they're not talkers. You can give it a try. Wouldn't recommend it. Gives them the first stab.
I mean, I've already had the first stab taken at me many times today. I'm fairly done with that.
Oh, good. Pleased to hear it.
Mm.
When do you think they'll turn up?
Could be any time. I heard they moored not long ago. Got to find me first, but I'm not exactly hiding.
That makes two of us.
Do you reckon they'll show up tonight, or?
Well, it's a bit late for tonight. Probably first thing in the morning, so they could be here any minute.
So what do we get out of it other than I'm going to get some more information from you?
You need my help. I'm offering you my help for a price.
Fair?
A lifetime supply of milk
You can get that yourself.
from
Buy a
Get
bloody
a
cow.
I ask her where I can buy a cow.
I don't
Not
know,
right
from
now,
the
Snook.
farms. Wherever you
the
usually
farms-
buy cows
The
from.
farms probably aren't the best idea either at the moment.
Not really, no. What with the business that's going on there?
The bartender comes up and starts now handing out ales.
Makes sense.
She gets one and just chugs it, slams it down.
Would you help us in the dispatching if you need to?
Oh yes,
Good.
more than happy to.
Good.
Well, I'm going to head over there and prepare.
Yeah. Good
I
call.
just moved to another table, pull out my spellbook. Not doing arcane recovery.
Ah, yes. Yes.
Smoke wanders over and just starts trying to read over his shoulder.
Yep.
You see, I have a spellbook and it's got like all these really useful spells like Fireball and stuff, but I'm just not preparing them.
Bloody
Just trying to get away from it all.
Oh, jeez.
So some time passes.
Yeah. Would you say a short rest passes?
Yes.
Cool.
Yep. Some people head out of the tavern. You see some people as the tavern doors open. You see the first signs of sunlight coming in with some other people coming in not to get alcohol but to order breakfast.
Would have been the dream plane count as a long rest?
If you hadn't already done stuff in the meantime,
Yeah.
yes, but you've used your spell slots since you came back.
No, I'm wondering in the sense of are we not taking exhaustion?
Not yet.
Okay, good.
So
That
it's
is
been
what I was
more than
wondering.
8 hours since I first met them.
Yeah, it would have been.
I recast my mage armor.
No. It's been a good number of hours, bloody hell.
Yeah, it's
That long.
a few hours of adventuring, a few hours of waiting in the tavern, a few hours getting to and from.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Smoke just talks to them and asks them to tell them about what's happened.
That was happening. Oh yeah.
Relating
Yeah.
info.
Yeah, we went to the barn and found the book that Tonk had.
Now I just need to find a way to open it.
Yeah.
Any chance?
You look over and I'm reading about the traveller. Yep.
This book that we got from a Medusa, it's enchanted such that we can't open it without some sort of command word.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any way of opening it forcibly?
I can check to know if I do. 21.
You'd know you need to cast knock at a high level.
Bet.
Someone with the knock spell could. I'm afraid I don't have that.
You're reading about the Traveller, yes?
Yes.
Out of that book that she mentioned.
Yes.
Could you do? Does it have a title on it that you could read into your spellbook and just bypass the enchantment entirely?
Well, if that book's got a title, yes. Technically, this only connects to the university's library.
Shame that.
So
Okay.
we have to have the book for me to access the book.
I'm immediately plotting.
Yeah.
Certainly there must be some contacts at the university that might be able to help deal with these spells, unlock new knowledge.
Well, yes, the knock spell. I see no reason you couldn't put the book on the shelves at the university. As long as it has a title.
And then you can access it from there. I mean, does it have a title? Is there some words over the front of it or along the spine?
There are two intertwined snakes, but there's no title as such.
See, yeah, Rice just looks at it as
It
like,
looks very handmade.
yeah. He looks at it as like, well, I don't call that a title unless you can pronounce intertwined snakes.
You just did it.
Ah.
I knew.
Start speaking in
does
imposter tongue.
Does anything happen with the book when he says
No.
it?
Oh. Does the word Ouroboros mean anything to you?
It's a mythical snake eating its own tail.
Oh, I wish that was this. It's not. It's saddening. Oh well.
I am looking in this book
Yep.
about that weird compass she's got.
Mm. Any knowledge?
Any chance I found it?
Not no.
Oh.
Unlikely.
Unlikely, but not impossible.
Sure.
Alright, I guess I'll just load the hand crossbow and make sure that we're, it's ready to go.
Yeah, so any preparation you want to do, you've got time to do that.
I don't really have anything much to do because I'll need a long rest for all my level 2 spell slots, but I've still got 4 level 1s, so.
And cantrips.
So a bit more time passes, the sunlight starts coming in through the windows.
You probably had a bit of a nap.
You see quite a few people now starting to come in lots, having breakfast and leaving. Everyone's just starting to relax a bit. When the doors swing open, you see 8 motley humans saunter into the tavern. The leader is a brawny man with a cloudy right eye and a cruel sneer, a pirate's swagger. The others are all unsavoury, a rowdy bunch who act as if they own the place. "We're looking for an old friend of ours," says the dead-eyed man.
Oh,
Goes by the name of Tarina. Anyone seen her?
The name rings a bell.
You look up and see Tarina disappeared from where she was sitting.
Smoke.
Well then, spill it, and he pulls out a cutlass.
Does she? No, I don't want to waste it. I was thinking, does she look like this guy's self? But I'm like, I don't want to waste a first level spell right now.
I've heard this too. If I can suggest you speak to us in private about the matter without your friends. Can you make a wisdom save?
Oh.
DC.
What do you get of the dice?
Okay.
I can't like it, so. Yeah, DC 15, so.
Yes, he passes.
Oh, right.
I'm still
Why
just.
could we stick with me?
Fair enough.
Tall glass of ale for anyone who can answer my questions, though.
Why that when we have free drinks at another one?
Well, if you don't have information, fuck off.
Maybe a tall glass of milk and I'll answer anything you like, friend.
You know about Tarina then?
She was just over there. That's one question. That's one tall glass of milk.
They all sort of looked to where she was.
That's where she was. Come on, pay up.
He sort of glares around the tavern and a couple of people sort of look up, give a quick nod and go back to their food. He saunters up to the counter and slams his hand. "Milk for that one!" Pulls out a glass of milk and runs over to you and hands it to you. Sort of looks at you for a brief moment and then puts his eyes down and runs back behind.
We can be friends, you and I.
If you can help me out, maybe.
Depends on your questions. I don't have many answers.
I need to find Tarina.
Okay, can I cast an invisible mage hand and try to nick one of his crewmates' cutlasses?
Invisible mage hand, you'd have to roll an arcana check to see if you can twist the magic to make it invisible, I think. Or is
I'm arcane trickster.
Okay, yep.
One of the things I can do with it is make it invisible.
Yay!
Yeah. And it can nick stuff from people's inventory. Natural 20 to do that.
Nice!
Yep, so you sort of time just right as you're watching them as they're walking up. One of them bumps into the other one and goes, "Oh, piss off!" And as he does, jars his arm a bit and just slips it off his belt.
Cool, it's got that now. Is the door still open behind them?
The swing's closed.
Thanks.
Look, if you're here to have a quarrel, I say we take it outside so we don't disturb the other patrons.
I'll just bounce
Not my
on
problem.
after.
If you know where she is, tell us where she is. We can be done with this.
As soon as I put away one of the cutlasses, I'm going to try and do that again for a different crew number.
Keeping them talking. Yes.
Stealth check.
17. Higher, but yeah.
Yep. You sort of, where are you putting them as you take them away?
I balanced the first one on like a rafter above. If there's still room in said rafters.
Yep, there'll be plenty of room up there for that.
Yep.
The second one you grab as he shoves the other one back, who jostled into him into an argument. Before the captain goes, "Wait, fucking cut it out, you lot!" But you've grabbed another one that's now up on the rafters.
I see these swords like drafting out, and I'm just keep doing it.
You see the black-haired bartender sort of watching curiously as they fill up, and look at you as you're sort of gesturing.
Yeah,
I guess busy cleaning
yeah,
glasses.
it's just like it's almost like Han Solo sat in the Bruce style, just like. It's all true. Yeah.
So 2 of them are now disarmed. I've been told to settle down.
Hawk, can I get Hawk, get Hawk to go for the other cutlass?
It will be much less subtle.
Yep, that's fine.
In the distraction that will inevitably ensue, I'm going to try and grab another one from a different.
Yep, roll your stealth check.
Oh, jeez.
Roll your stealth check, I guess you're trying to stealthily.
24?
What do I add for Hawk?
Get another one.
Do we Hawk stats?
That'd be dex, I guess.
8.
Yeah, so you grab another one, Hawk swoops in and starts squawking and clawing out a cutlass.
Oh my god.
Just cops a backhand and is battered away.
Oh no.
Someone get that bird out of here.
The pirate
Really?
tries to boot him on the ground, he's flat and hopping around under the table.
Okay, I instantly cast Hold Person on that guy as a response.
Yep.
Success?
Boy, was it.
What does that look like?
Spells? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Jeez, it's been a while since it's actually worked. But I believe it's paralyzed.
Yeah. What does it look like? How do you cast it and what does it look like on the person?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I touch my symbol, which is on my forehead, and I go, zap! And, basically...
We have the verbal component.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And yeah, it's like lightning. Like kind of like starlight, if that was a thing that could go zap.
So really subtle.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes, absolutely. In true smoke style. And so yeah, they didn't succeed. So target is paralyzed for the duration of 1 minute, and they can make a wisdom saving throw at the end of the turn.
So he's mid-kick trying to kick the bird under the table and just see him, a bit of lightning course around his body and just frozen in place.
Excellent.
I'd like.
Apologies, our druid friend
Everyone's
Cleric,
going to
sorry, druid
cutlasses.
friend.
-3.
doesn't appreciate
-3,
the treatment
yes.
of animals.
I like to cast a spell.
Yep.
Are they grouped together?
The captain's ahead.
Yep.
3 of them are at the back arguing and bickering. You got 2 more to the side and then 3 more.
Oh,
on the other.
I have something
Brett,
to do.
Brett, that's a worrying number of D8 you have there.
One off to the side, who is frozen in place, shivering a bit with lightning.
This is purely revenge. I cast sleep in the middle of the minions.
Yep.
58 hit points worth.
Yeah. In a group of 3.
Well, it's a 15-foot radius, so how big's this tavern?
It's a 30-foot diameter sphere. You have
I will try to get as many as I can.
58.
Yeah,
58 HP.
Oh.
that's third level.
All 3 of the pirates then just dropped to the ground, along with 3 other tavern patrons at the tables nearby.
So
on the
I
table.
would aim it. Yeah, so that wasn't the 3 who have their no weapon.
The other, so you've got 1
Yeah.
who's off to the side, frozen kick with another one with him. You've got 3 and then you've got 2.
2, 3, and 2.
The 3 without the weapons are the biggest group.
Okay, well, I'm seeing that they don't have weapons. I wouldn't aim at them. So the 2 and the whole one.
Yep, so the 2 of them will drop along with a few people.
Yeah.
Yep, a few people nearby. Oh boy. I assume the captain has noticed all this going on suddenly.
Oh yeah, he's full.
Oh, I'm going to, while we're doing that, evoke duplicity. There's going to be right behind the captain.
Alright, roll initiative.
Yeah. Oh, thank God for that.
Oh.
That's a nat 20.
Oh, same.
Well, all of you go first.
Fastest girls in the West.
You're fine. Alright, and you saw them draw their weapons, and as soon as they go to attack, everyone just piles in.
This is exactly as it was imagined, wasn't it?
So who wants to go first?
Who's the highest dex?
I've got a +1. 12.
I've got 15 plus 2.
Probably should be you.
It probably should be me, except that I'd have a dex of 14.
Wait, so I have the highest dex?
You do.
Well, I've just cast, so I'm happy for anyone else to go.
Alright, well, I'm right that my duplicate is sort of basically behind the captain, although kind of angled so I can still see it, and I'm going to go ahead and cast Inflict Wounds.
Yep.
Ooh.
So that will be, let me double check my spell sheet, because I've never actually used a spell roll before? I believe it's an attack roll from
I believe
memory.
it's a touch.
Yes, but
that's
I'm
what
using my
that's what
duplicate right behind
Yep.
it.
So
Yeah.
it's roll to hit, and then it's your
Yep.
damage.
The one that's
Alright.
is also asleep.
Ugh.
Love that.
That's 6 plus 5, 11 to hit.
Because you just cast your duplicate, you sort of haven't got your head quite around where your duplicate is yet. You reach forward and just don't quite reach out far enough.
Alright. Not
You
quite.
reach like straight under his arm.
And then otherwise, okay, where are we in relation to the
group.
others, the groups?
So I'll just do a quick diagram for you guys.
Yep, yep. Useful. Yep.
So
This is what you had in your head the whole time.
we've got the bar here,
Yep.
the
Yeah.
door here. This is a booth you're sitting at.
Yep.
You've got a table here with your bird that flapped under it.
Yep.
Two of them there, one of them frozen in place. Two here that have fallen asleep.
Yep.
Three unarmed here, the captain and all of you.
Yep. I'm actually sat in a booth, but yeah. Yes. Perfect.
Alright. I think I might also just back up a bit so I'm behind someone. I'm not like actively stealthing, but just moving up behind someone else, and then
So you can get behind Professor Montbank or Smoke at the moment.
yeah, I'll get behind. The professor probably with his hat is taller, so so I'm just kind of letting my duplicate kind of do its thing.
If you want to make a stealth check, you can probably get behind the bar.
Alright, sure, why not? And that's in that 20.
Oh,
Well,
what's that, like 5
I've
or?
got some bad news for you because they got a nat 1. They are completely oblivious as you just disappear around the counter.
Yeah, so basically my duplicate's making a lot of noise right behind, and I'm just flip up.
Make a lot of noise and
I'm-
still manage to stealth.
Yeah, right.
Well, the duplicate's making noise, I'm not.
So you see Clary try to cast a spell, you see another Clary appear out of nowhere, and then the real Clary you see disappear behind the bar.
Right.
Everyone seems completely none the wiser to all of this happening, which brings it to your turn.
Cool. Brilliant. I am going to. Captain's not actually engaged with anybody yet, is he?
Not anyone specifically yet.
Okay, and these.
Well, apart from my duplicate, which doesn't unfortunately count.
Yeah.
He's not engaged, hasn't been his round yet.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so he is still engaged.
No, because it hasn't been his round.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah. Makes sense. Okay. Those two blokes nearest me. Who are they?
Those two are asleep.
Cool.
One's frozen here, one's getting ready drawing his cutlass there, and then you've got three trying to draw their cutlasses unsuccessfully.
I'm so pleased with that.
You see them look around each other, one of them looks up, glares, and smacks the other one across the head, assuming it's their fault.
Ah, yes,
One
they're
slap
stooges.
damage.
Which I consider them confused.
Mildly.
Okay. I'm going to like leap over the back of that booth, and like as I'm going,
Like
take
half behind it.
not strictly to hide, but I am going to take a shot at the bloke over there who is actually armed on my way
The
out.
one who's not frozen?
Yep.
Yep, cool.
Yep. Taking a shot at him with my crossbow. That's a natural one.
Yep.
Seems about right.
Does that hit?
Wait, it's been dawn.
Yep.
So it means I get both of my true north back. So if you want to turn it into a 20.
If you want
That
to.
has to be on your roll.
I know. Oh, it has to be on my
Yes.
roll? Okay.
Ah. That's
Alright.
nice. But yeah, natural one.
Yep.
So that sucks.
Yep. You jump over the top and draw out your hand crossbow and shoot. It just goes right over his shoulder. You see a tavern patron behind take a crossbow bolt to the shoulder.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Oh no.
Would you like me to roll damage?
Yes.
He was probably surprised.
Surprise attack.
Indeed.
Well, sneak attack you need to do deliberately.
You make a solid point.
It would just be normal damage.
Yeah. 5 points piercing damage. He's a commoner, I believe that kills him.
Yeah, you see the bolt hit him. He just looks down in shock and blood just starts pumping out. His friend sort of panics from it, and then you see him slap his hand over it, trying to hold the blood in.
Makes sense.
And that's as far as I get in this round.
Yep.
Which brings us to any other bonus actions or further movement.
I can bonus action hide. Which.
You do still have your mage hand if you want to try and do something with that.
Ooh. It would be really presumptuous to try and take his cutlass like as he's going to draw it.
Everyone's got their cutlasses in hand now ready. They draw a nice round.
Can I get it to make the help action? I don't think I can. No, because the bonus action to come out of that'd be dumb. I think I'm good. I think I'm good with it. I will have it. Oh. I'll have it go to the cutlasses just in case.
Yep.
Because I have a hilarious plan to do with those.
Oh yeah. I love hilarious
Alright.
plans.
Smoke.
Okay, as what I want to do is I want Smoke to be able to like go up to the dude that has been paralyzed.
Yep, so he's frozen in place with lightning coursing around his body.
So in any combination, I would like to hit him non-lethally with the butt of the quarterstaff that I have.
Yep.
And possibly as a bonus action, could I spill the rest of my milk on his face?
Yes.
Right? That's exactly what Smoke's going to do.
Yep, roll to hit with advantage.
Yep, for the milk.
Also, you might
for
want
the
to maybe
core
throw a
stuff.
bonus action heal. Do you have healing word?
I do not.
Okay, I think I. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
This side.
Advantage?
Oh, with advantage.
Yep.
Probably a good thing.
No, better. So that was with the quarterstaff.
Yep.
So that's no, jeez. 10?
That does not hit.
Oh. Does the milk hit?
Yes. Okay. I'll let the milk hit.
Success then. Success.
So you got to swing with your quarter stuff. It just sort of gets caught in one of the chairs around the table. You sort of get James to sort of give up, shrug, and throw the milk in his face. You see it drip off his glazed eyeballs as his eyelids aren't able to blink it out of the way.
Oh, so does that mean he's now blinded?
Blinded by milk.
What a way to go.
Did you want to do anything else? Any movement or
Yeah, I'd just like to move back and try
towards
to.
the door?
Yeah, towards the door.
Yeah. As you do, Hawk sort of skitters out from the table and jumps up and lands on your shoulder. Which brings us to the professor.
The one who's drawn his cutlass, the minion, is he within 5 feet of the held person?
Yes.
Cool. Can he make a wisdom save?
No.
I cast Crown of Madness on him.
Oh
A
yes!
series of iron thought, crown gets around his head.
Yes.
I command him to attack his held ally.
Yep. Which brings them to their turn unless you're doing anything else.
No, he has to do. So that'll be.
His turn.
I'll order him to attack his ally, then move next to his captain.
Yep. Are you doing anything else? Movement or bonus actions, free actions?
I'm standing basically out the front by myself.
You are standing next to Smoke.
No, Smoke is by the door.
No, smoke's
Smoke's
down
better.
moved.
Yeah.
And Clary is behind
I'm
the bar.
hiding.
You are by yourself, except for
Yes.
the duplicitous Clary who is behind the captain.
Yeah, so I'm sort of hanging around.
I've cast 2 spells in such short order that's enough for me. I'm still new to adventuring. I'm like, nah.
Yep.
Except with arcane words.
Yes, of course. Arcane Yars.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Arcane IAR, of course.
So you see this first one. What does your Crown of Madness look like?
It says it's iron. So iron.
You can make it look however you want, though.
It'll be like that, but there will be 7 points, and on the tip of each point there's a white star.
Yep. So just glowing slightly. You see his face bathed in this light, his eyes go blank. You see him as he's drawn his cutlass, looking around the room. He looks at Smoke, takes a step towards, then all of a sudden you see this crown appear on his head. Just turns around with his cutlass and looks straight through the throat of his friend. Blood just starts. And you see his head sort of lumped to the side a little bit, but held in place still.
And then he moves next to his captain.
Then
That looks
he moves
familiar.
forward.
Doesn't it?
Smoke just starts laughing.
What's your AC?
15.
The captain pulls out his scimitar and swings twice at you, missing both times. As he's distracted by people dropping and falling asleep next to him, and his crew member stabbing his own friend in the throat. And
These are the 3 dickheads just like not doing anything
yeah,
useful.
looking over his shoulder for backup, and they're all smacking each other in the head with their weapons.
That guy did get a save at the end of his turn.
Oh, the whole person guy.
No, the Crown of Madness guy.
Ah,
We have him surrounded now.
well, that's good. Does that
Make a dex save for me, Smoke.
Ooh, that's a bit better.
Yeah.
Dex save of 19.
19. So the 3 arguing over the cutlasses, one of them seems to just go, let's get in this fight, while the other 2 are still bickering with their very low intelligence saves. He sees Smoke running past, he grabs on the chest and just hurls it at him. But Smoke sort of sees it and drops to all fours and sprints out of the way.
Bounds.
And it crashes down on the man who's now bleeding from the throat. Splinters across his back.
Bad day for that man. You shouldn't have kicked that bird.
He cannot move still as a check hits him and splinters and breaks. And that is the end of their turn because the other two are asleep.
All right.
Brings us back to Clary.
Alright, Duplicate Clara is gonna shout out, Tavern Brawl! And go to mock swing at the captain and cast Inflict Wounds with, like, the punch.
Yes.
Oh.
And I'm gonna true north that, so that'll
That's-
be an 18 plus 5.
That'll
So,
hit.
because it was A2.
Yep.
So it'll be 3d10. It's not me finding my.
3d10, oh god.
Yeah, let me just find my d10s and d100s to roll.
Yep.
There we go. And that's 4, 10, 15.
Oh,
15 damage. I'm pretty sure I've got his attention so you can feel like almost the impact of the inflict wounds just like cracking his jaw.
Yeah, you see just these lines split in his body as blood starts seeping out. You see a couple of his teeth fly out of his mouth. Are you doing anything else for this round?
No, because I've used up all of my. I might. Yeah, I'll just kind of keep the duplicate dancing around because I've already used up a spell for this time, so no.
Yeah. Raz.
Okay.
So you've got two arguing.
Yep.
One's held a chair at Smoke.
Yep.
Then you see him look at the door.
Okay, I'm going to. I'm just gonna like, sort of like crouch run across the tavern to get to the captain dude.
Yes, you come around here. You go past the two sleeping.
Yep.
The captain.
Two of them, and we're just gonna try to like just jab him up in his ribs or like underneath them to get into his lungs.
I'm gonna roll a perception check for him. He is currently engaged and not paying attention. If you hit, you crit.
Cool.
Oh.
That's quite a lot. I'm okay with this.
There's a lot of things happening not in his favour at the moment. He's not paying a lot of attention.
Well, I wish I could roll better then. That's 11.
That does not hit.
Shame.
So you sort of make your way towards him, drawing your sword ready to fight, but you just don't quite get to him in time. You end up at him, but weaving around the tables and chairs, it just took a bit too long to get to him.
Unfortunate.
Still got your mage hand as a bonus action.
I do. I kind of want to finagle one of those cutlasses just out of its sheath and like keeping it up there and just waiting for a bit.
Yeah, I imagine
It's got a
You can like drop it down.
Oh yeah. It's dropping on somebody. It's going to guillotine somebody.
I mean, if you wanted to do that, you could have done that movement last round with your bonus action, so it's now unsheathed, sitting there ready to go.
Yeah, okay. Let's just try and drop a blade down on the dude that threw a chair then.
Alright, roll an attack.
Yeah. With what stat?
Just with...
Ugh.
I'll let it be your intelligence modifier, your spellcasting modifier.
Alright, yeah. 7.
That does not hit. You see the first of the three cutlasses sort of skim past, clattering to the ground. And all three of them look really confused as this cutlass has appeared in the middle.
Yes.
It's like in Batman with the Joker.
We'll see how their intelligence saves go.
Hopefully if they keep the trend.
Alright, so that brings us back to Smoke.
Okay. Are there any like glasses or
yeah,
glasses of air around?
Just
Okay.
you're holding
Okay,
them.
well, yeah, I pick up I'm just still enraged by this guy that is, attempted to hurt Hawk. I grab the nearest glass of ale, regardless of if it's empty or not. If it's full, I want to drink it and then charge forth with it and then just smash this guy in the face.
It's got some dregs, so you chug them.
Yeah.
Do an unarmed strike attack.
I'll say the guy who hurt Hawk
Yeah. The one that's asleep, blinded, and paralyzed.
and bleeding profusely from his throat.
Plus anything?
Possibly dead.
Plus your strength.
Oh, plus 1. 13?
That'll hit.
And it's an auto
Roll
crit because
a
he's paralyzed.
D4 plus strength for me.
Oh,
Yeah, 2 D4s plus
Yeah,
strength.
2d4 plus
Auto
strength.
crit.
Yeah.
Strength modifier.
Do you pick up a glass or a mug?
Well, whatever was the nearest thing.
It was a glass.
A tankard, like
Okay, that is 3.
Oh.
3 damage.
Do you have a minus to your strength?
He does.
Okay.
But I don't care right now. Can I be considered raging like a barbarian?
Barbarian, yes. That's an
multi-classics.
So you run up and smash this glass across the back of his head. His head does not move at all, but you're just left holding just the handle.
It was satisfying.
Was that crit?
Yes.
Oh, so then I
That's a
die.
2d4.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
this guy has got to be so dead.
Yeah. I step up. Can the captain make a wisdom save?
No.
So I step up to him and go, look at the eyes, not around the eyes, look at the eyes, look at the eyes, look at the eyes.
He's under.
He is under my hypnotic gaze, which is not a spell, so I still hold concentration on whatever other Crown of Madness.
You got me with that, bloody hell.
Is Smoke affected by that?
No, it's just him. Just one person.
It is just him.
So
Wisdom check. Let's
he
go.
is incapacitated, visibly dazed, and his speed drops to 0 until he basically gets hurt, which will happen in a moment, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah.
Probably. Hopefully.
One of you might hit him.
Yeah. You see the guard captain with his scimitar ready to attack and just sort of stops and does.
So he looks in my eyes, they go sort of like swirling colour, like little prismatic kaleidoscopes.
Oh yes, the Hypnotoad.
Yeah.
So that's your action.
Yep.
Everything?
I believe so.
I'm now basically held myself.
Yeah.
Does he get a save for that?
If he had that wisdom save.
Yeah. Okay. Now on whose turn he gets a save at the end?
At the end, I believe, yeah. I've been an enchantment wizard.
Nope.
He doesn't.
No, but it's broken immediately if he can't see me, hear me, or taste damage.
Ah, makes sense.
Alright.
Which he, considering my Crown of Madness guy is an order by him.
That's a good point. Yep. Terrifying. Uh-oh.
Yeah, so the guy comes up with his cutlass, grabs him on the shoulder, and you see him jam it into the lower back. You see the tip of the cutlass pierce through his stomach.
Oh.
And his eyes are sort of blink a bit, and he snaps out of it and looks down in shock and up at you, confused. But that's the end of his turn, so back to Clary.
Alright.
So we've still got 3 arguing over cutlasses, 2 sleeping, 1 extremely dead.
Does Smoke.
Captain. And the captain's now being.
His head was like.
Because I'm over right by the captain.
And you can see through your duplicate.
Well, no, I'm peering over the bar to see.
So as you look over, you see that he's looking very hurt from your inflict wounds, cutting up, and you see his scimitar piercing halfway through his stomach from behind.
What's happened with the patron that was hit?
The patron that was hit. Oh, you see his friend still clamping. He's pulled the arrow out and he's...
Okay. Alright, in which case what I'm
That
going to
wasn't
do...
the best of ideas, but okay.
It seems like he's had at least some training in where people get shot with arrows in a bar.
Well,
Okay, well,
Probably not a healer, but he'll probably be able to stabilise him.
I'm going to go ahead, make him take... Let's go ahead and cast Toll the Dead.
Yep.
So, wisdom save.
Wisdom save?
He's doing one so
Because I
far.
was like, yeah. Oh!
No?
Where did he?
Awful!
Alright, so in which case that didn't work, but still duplicates running around causing attention. And I'm gonna sneakily cast like a healing word towards that patron, so
Yep.
that'll be, I think, 1d4 from memory?
Plus modifier, I think.
Yeah, plus modifier. Cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's enough for a
Yeah.
level 0 ale
So
drinker.
basically just provide him.
Yeah. His friend's holding it and all of a sudden he stops squirming, just sort of pulls his hand away and it's just not bleeding anymore, and they both look at each other very confused. And
Raz has
back
not
to-
killed Millicent today.
Yes, Raz.
Oh, well, I mean, look. This guy seems to be in the prime position for more stabbing.
Yes.
When in Rome.
Yeah, exactly. He's not incapacitated anymore, that sucks. So it means it just has
Well,
to
he's still
straight
technically
roll.
engaged by his ally.
He is still engaged, I just don't have advantage, which is what I was after. That'll be fine.
Just roll and hit this time.
Exactly, yeah, it'll be great. Ha! Oh, why? Why am I bothering combat? It's the worst thing. It's like an 8.
Yep, you missed.
Oh.
That's like in cast suggestion, jump on Raz's sword.
Oh, terrible.
It's not even a suicidal action.
So you've still got your bonus action. You've got a couple of scimitars above their heads still. You see them squabbling
I
over
do.
them.
Are any of them like bent over said scimitar?
All 3 of them are sort of scrambling for it.
Can I have an advantage for the fact that they're super not paying attention to above them?
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's hard to miss the mountain of meat below.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look. You haven't seen me roll dice yet.
Yes, I have.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I'm giving you advantage.
There we go. Finally. 18 to hit.
Roll a d6 and add a d6.
2d6. Got it. 5 points of something damage.
Yep. So you see one of them come through and it just embeds in one of their backs. And then just stop for a moment and just start. It stands up, he's trying to reach it with his big arm and he can't reach it. And the other two just look stunned.
Oh, brilliant.
And then it's back to Smoke.
Okay, do I realise that the one beneath me, I'm guessing, like I'm over it, is he, do I know that he's dead?
After you've
I'm
smashed
raging?
across the back of his head with the glass you're holding, you look back over and you see blood still pumping out of his throat and him not moving. You would safely assume with medical training that he is dead.
This is glass shards sticking out of his head.
I look for my saucer of milk. See if there's any. Oh, is there anything?
That's back on the table.
Okay, I go calmly over, pick it up, have a sip.
And then frisbee it at someone.
Oh yes. at the one that flung the chair at me.
Yep, roll an attack.
What kind of attack? Unarmed?
It would be Dex for throwing.
Yeah, so range.
Yeah. And in the same mound of flesh that I dropped a scimitar on.
Is there this guy has no advantages.
No,
Does a 3 hit?
it does not.
Oh.
However,
Yeah.
roll your damage.
Okay then.
You're breaking a jet.
What should I roll?
Just make it a D4 minus strength.
Do you mean plus strength? Is a minus
Yes.
minus would mean plus?
Then plus strength.
Oh god, good luck.
Nil.
Count as
That was lucky.
cocked or?
No.
0.
Yep, so you fling this plate across, it misses him completely, but the guy who was just trying to help his friend is like smiling relieved, just gets hit in the face with it and it shatters.
Doesn't do any damage, it just hits him.
I'm just looking at the box going,
Luckily he's got a fairly thick skull as it is.
Most chaotic battle ever.
Professor.
it's a tavern brawl.
Oh man, we should everything was a tavern brawl.
Right.
So there's 3 guys arguing over swords. One in front of
With
us.
one embedded in his
Yeah.
back, screaming and carrying on.
There's the guy in front of us.
Mm-hmm. The captain's still alive, so far as we can tell.
He looks unhappy.
I will cast magic missile at the captain.
Ooh! At what level, friend?
1.
He casts shield.
No.
Oh!
You know what? I might as well do it at high level. I will cast it at 3rd.
Yep, roll your damage.
That's a lot of d4.
What is that?
5d4?
Well, it doesn't scale very well. No, I'll do it at first. Yeah. Oops. That's not how I do it. 12 damage.
12 damage. What do your magic missiles look like?
Yeah, like sparkling stars, like the disco
Yep.
stars. Almost like shurikens.
So you see the professor with this captain standing in front of him with a scimitar still through his back, looking quite stunned around. You see his hand open and these sparkling stars appear and he just flings them forward. They just penetrate in through the chest and then you just see an explosion of light inside and just see him rock a bit, sway for a second and then collapse and hit the ground.
Fall off the sword.
The sword's still in him.
Oh, okay.
That sort of gets pulled down as he falls before it's pulled out.
Yeah. By the raving madman.
Yep.
2 steps next.
This is the question I have to. Do I have to make him make an attack?
No, he just attacks.
No,
The next
target
thing
must use its action.
to attack.
I'm gonna. Is it the guy's turn? Who's Matt?
It's about to be the enemy's turn.
I rolled a natural one, so I don't understand what a duplicate is.
He might be closer to me.
He's gonna attack whoever's closest.
He is.
So there's 2 sleeping people there. There's still the guy captain who we could coup de grace.
Oh, he could have the captain then,
Yep, so he fails 2 death saves immediately. And a third.
and then the guy will run over into the melee of people trying to find swords.
Yeah.
And he'll give them one. But he can make his wisdom save. Nope.
This is nuts. 15, 2, and slightly higher than 2.
So in the midst of all this, they have one of them stabbed in the back of the scimitar. The other 2 sort of realise this is ridiculous and they start legging it for the door.
I'm letting go.
Yep, 2 of them are running for the door. They sort of get to the door this round. The other one's still wildly flying, trying to get the sword out of his back. Which brings us back to Clary.
Alright, they're heading for the door.
Yes.
Oh, did the raving madman get attacks of opportunity on the 2 dudes who
We
ran
haven't
away?
quite got to them yet.
Okay.
Also, he wouldn't.
Am I able from behind the bar to be able to get to them at the door?
With a dash action, you could get to the door, but you wouldn't be able to do anything.
No, not
On the
with
round?
it. In which case, I will still go ahead and make. Hang on, have either of those two that are running for the door taken damage?
I don't believe so. No.
Not like I'm
Then in
trying.
which case, I'm trying to think wisdom or dex. I haven't used Sacred Flame in a while, so I'll make one of them make a dex save.
What's your DC?
DC is 13.
They pass.
Ah, damn, but still throwing at them and kind of it passes right by the door.
Yeah. Skins passes through. You see a couple of hairs singe.
Yeah.
Sort of looks over his shoulder and picks up his pace.
And don't come back!
So you currently got the dead captain. You got a raving madman with a crown of stars. Two running for the door. Someone grasping at the sword that's about to get attacked by the madman, and two asleep. So that is Raz. What are you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna attack the dude who's. I'm gonna shoot at the dude who's doing his best Solomon Grundy impression.
Yep. Roll a hit.
Yep. Please. Ooh, that's quite high for once. On the dude who is almost no threat. 22.
Yep. Roll your damage.
Does he count as having an enemy?
Sorry.
Does he count as having an enemy next to him?
I don't think he's engaged with him.
I'll be honest. It probably doesn't matter.
I mean, again, you know, never mind. 6 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, so he's grasping at the sword in his back, spinning in circles, and you just unleash a bolt and he just goes straight through the middle of his forehead and he just drops backwards onto the sword. You see it explode through his chest.
Hawk
Yes.
vomits at the side of this.
After what you did!
You see half a
It wasn't me, it was smoke.
Are you doing anything else?
I'm gonna
You
keep
got one
myself.
more scimitar on the roof and a mage hand?
Oh, I'm just thinking.
I'm gonna keep myself. I'm gonna use my movement to keep myself away from the raving madman.
Yeah, you jump back into the booth and hide
Yep.
on the table in it.
Yep. The mage hand's good where it is for now.
Yeah, smoke.
Cool. Would I have, before I caught up with everyone else, would I have attuned to my shield of sanctuary?
If you wanted to, you could have.
Your shield
How
of
it's
sanctuary.
canon out is sanctuary.
You've turned into Sean Connery.
A small badge on it.
Shield of Sean Connery.
I'm gonna use Smoke's feline agility,
Yep.
and I'm gonna go hardcore at the two running for the door, and I'm gonna use the shield and try to knock them over.
Yep, roll a... I'm not going to make it strength because you're attuned to it. I'll make it a spellcasting modifier attack.
Wisdom check.
Oh, that's
yes.
nice.
Wisdom
Plus 5, I think.
Yes. Sure. If you're proficient with shields.
I think
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah, you can do plus for
Yeah,
Plus
yeah, plus
5. Nice. That's 18.
Nice.
Yep. So you run into the first one and just charge into him, and he bowls over, taking his legs out, and knocks the second one to the ground.
Nice.
Oh
no.
Prone.
Oh jeez.
Oh, perfect.
Yes. So that would be my movement and action.
Mm-hmm.
As a
Sure.
free action, are there any other glasses of ale or just an amateur
Yeah, there'd be a couple.
for the sake of it?
Yep. You just grab two from the table and just throw them.
Yeah. Smoke does that.
Which brings us back to the professor. You have a very dead captain in front of you, a few more dead around the
So
bar.
much fun.
Two that just got bowled over, two that are asleep. One that's no longer screaming about the sword in his back.
He gets attacked. Because I need to attack someone.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, okay.
If you want to redirect it, he could go for the two that are now prone on the ground in this next round.
But then we need a door. He has to attack then move.
Yeah. It's attack first.
It's
Okay.
It's an on spell.
I'm trying to think.
You do still have your shurikens.
Yeah. 14 hit points of sleep at the door.
Oh yeah.
That was a really poor roll.
Yep.
That kind of was.
Both just
Trying to make the door sleep.
heads drop. Both are asleep, covered in sopping ale.
Then I'm sort of back up a bit, realizing that I actually killed someone with my magic.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, he's still walking around as well as a raving madman.
Oh yeah, it's different. Using enchantment to kill people, that's different. But I killed a guy with magic missiles. That's
So the guy with the crown on his head comes up and just stabs the one unnecessarily on the ground.
then he moves into the middle of an open area.
Yeah, so he moves straight into the middle of the tavern.
Yeah.
You now have one raving madman and 4 sleeping pirates.
He does get to make a save.
Clary, you see these stars just start fading out and the crown disappear from his head. He's looking around, very confused, for a moment before staring at the door and turning on heel.
Am I within range of him from behind the bar
For what?
to move forward and
Yes,
make an
you'd
attack
be
at the
within
same
30
time?
feet.
In which case, I'm going to just confuse the hell out of him because I've still got my duplicate out there as well. So I'm going to use a duplicate to cast Toll the Dead, so that's a wisdom save.
Which he fails, so a D12.
Has he taken
D12.
damage?
Pardon?
Has he taken damage?
Oh, no, this one hasn't.
D10.
Oh, D10, yeah.
D8. for
No,
the
it's
other.
D8. Yeah.
Oh, you're
so
right.
it still hits over.
Yeah.
So that's 7 points of damage.
Now he's taking damage. So how does your Toll the Dead look? So you hear the ringing of the bells. What is a physical manifestation of the damage?
It's more kind of almost as if, like, especially the eyes start to go just a little black and hazy, and there's just kind of the veins start just throbbing black slightly in like time with the chiming of the bells.
A bit like running out of oxygen.
Yeah,
And the body shutting down.
yeah, because it's kind of sucking the life energy out of it. And then I'm going to go ahead and sort of just kind of not over yet, and go ahead and leap over the bar and head on over and make a strike with my scimitar of speed.
Yep, roll a hit.
But this is reversed because of True North, so. All the time. Get it out.
Oh.
I still have one with True North.
Are you going to reverse the reversal?
I'm doing it again, I'm reversing the reversal. So that's still in that 20.
He's dead. So you swing through the scimitar and just decapitate him in one swift strike. His head hits the ground and rolls off, and his body slumps on top of the captain.
Apologies for the mess.
Now you've got 4 sleepy boys.
Well, we could have given them a proper seaman's burial.
We are out of initiative now, unless you want to do anything in initiative.
Find some heavy things, throw them off the dock.
Sure.
I mean, it seems like
Pirates.
it's slightly more merciful. They're asleep, so they'll just drown in their sleep.
They'll wake up and drown.
But they're going to die anyway, one way or another.
Can you just make it quick?
I mean,
I can do that. But I can't do that.
You see Terena now. You hear her whistling. She goes up with the dagger and just starts slitting their throats while they sleep.
Yeah, I'm doing something similar.
Yeah, so you get the 2 that were first put to sleep. She gets the 2 by the door.
Yeah. Easy.
I go wide again.
Well done then. Thanks for that.
apologies for the mess.
What sort of help was that?
I killed 2 of them.
Yes, you did. Certainly your responsibility.
Yep.
And your karmic responsibility.
And you also killed a little bit of yourself while you did that.
Get that one another saucer of milk and tell him to shut up. Now! Send someone there, run off and grab a saucer of milk and run it out and put it in front of you.
Smoke immediately breaks his concentration and goes to lap at the milk.
Whole person finally drops.
Yep.
Those patrons are just asleep, and what happened to the one who got hit with the arrow?
It's fine. It's fine. I dealt with it. It's all good.
Do you want me to slap those ones awake? Or?
Well, I mean, I'm prodding with my quarterstaff to wake up.
Yep.
I kept you safe during the tavern fight.
Well done.
Don't worry, it's all okay. Behind me, just blood.
One has baked beans.
I'm just covered in blood. I'm just like,
Yeah. I'm strangely clean. I didn't
They
actually
look at
hit
each
you on
other
the
and sort
melee.
of get up and just disappear out the door real quick.
this is why I prefer using a non-corporeal spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Raz just sort of like looks himself over and he's asleep. I didn't get stabbed.
Stabbed for once. Brilliant.
It's like the only blood he's got on him is like some of the pirate bloods on his hands. It's like, this is a good day. Finds the nearest tankard of ale to just dip his hands in.
Alright, well, I guess I owe you one. Come sit down.
Okay.
Smoke goes over to the dead bodies and just says a prayer for them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Raz is just like, it's a bit corpsey. Is there another room we can sit in?
Nah, we'll be fine.
Alright.
Completely forgetting that he did a lot of damage himself.
Still holding the half of the tankard in your hand. Alright, take a seat. She just sort of leans in. Alright, well, I know several blocks northwest of here, public bathhouse with walled garden, frolicking nymphs carved in the front gates. Followers of the dead 3 have been seen coming and going from that bathhouse, and I'm told there's a secret door inside that leads to some kind of dungeon. And that's where the killers are hiding. If you want your bounty, and that's where you should go.
Good to know. Bathhouse. Got it.
And these guys definitely not, like, Raz is like eyeing off their ears, just like these guys definitely not cultists.
You might get away with it.
No. Let's not press that luck.
An ear's an ear. I wouldn't know any different. That's all I'm saying.
Actually, that's a good point. What stuff do they have on them?
Pirate gear, basically.
Pirate gear, got it.
They've all got cutlasses. Oh, most of them have cutlasses.
Small knives?
No. Oh, actually, roll a D100 for me.
Oh, yes.
We sense a mysterious presence in there.
I believe that's 2.
That is 2. On the guard captain, you find under his armour a belt of what look like very small throwing knives.
Ooh, like a bandolier.
Yes.
Well, you know, knives are knives. Into the bag they go.
They have a strange red glow as you look at them. More of a sheen in the light than a glow.
Ooh. Possibly magical. Oh, into the bag they go.
Smoke sees this and just reflects on the good times that they've had with Ruse before and wishes that he was there with us.
They're throwing knives, they're useless.
You hear in your heads.
To you, Mangry!
After some time, you see a couple of the town guards come in. They come up and take statements from the bartender. You see Tarina walk up to them and sort of whisper in one of their ears. They sort of look at each other and turn and not long after you see them dragging the bodies out, you see a cart come up to take the bodies away.
You should hand them the head you lopped off.
Do the bodies have ears?
Yes. Yes.
What is the cart being drawn by?
Horses.
So not cows.
No. Just milky female horses.
Do they look like, do I know if they produce any good milk?
I mean, they have to see their young somehow.
No context needed, everybody.
Please don't. Oh my god.
So you're out in the streets, day's broken now. It's early in the morning, you see a lot of people are now hustling through the streets.
Oh, that's good.
Well, I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Raiding a cultist bathhouse tomorrow?
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm tempted to go back to the other tavern for more free drinks.
Yeah? Yeah? That's a good plan. You want free drinks?
Certainly.
Fantastic.
How do you think I got through university?
That's a fair point.
Oh, we'll go back to HQ and see who's woken up and we'll drag them along.
Yep. So you all start heading through the streets. You do notice as you go past, there is a sign up on the door that says investigation, do not enter, on the house where you encountered a cultist.
Ah, yes. Indeed.
And yeah, you keep heading back until you're walking up the cobbled street to the headquarters. You get to the door, swing it open, and head inside.
Brilliant.
You're now inside the headquarters.
Cool.
And that's where we'll leave it this week.
Yes.
So check back in next week to see how we go with cultists in the bathhouse. Could be some full frontal cultist nudity, just saying, at a bathhouse that's likely.
It is rather likely, yeah.
And maybe even some tabaxi nudity. We will see.
Very likely, also, yes.
Well, thanks for sticking around, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to check in Thursday for Star Wars.
Yep.
Tell us a bit about it.
Well, it's, you might have heard, it's a fairly big film franchise. It's Age of the Empire. At the moment, they're on Nar Shaddaa, and they are about to get a quest from a contact for smuggling stuff, and they happen to know is a rebel contact. So
don't forget to check that out, and also don't forget to check out next Monday night for Prince of the Apocalypse. Would you like to tell us about that?
Emerus is going to get murdered in his sleep without knowing about it.
Well, funny that he can't sleep.
What a twist!
So close.
Smoke puts up a paw, claws, whatever, and offers a sneaky
Little thing. Straight through the fourth wall.
Yeah, there we go.
Very cool.
Yes. So that is
A descent into Avernus dice set.
With dice tray and also a large map of Baldur's Gate, and I think a few card sets in there as well.
Map of Baldur's Gate's the important one.
Yeah.
That is the important one,
That
yeah.
is the struggle in this game.
It is, yeah. The person who set that up can feel free to sit on a chair if he wants.
so
Okay.
I mean, if you sit on this one, probably not.
basically
Here's a chair.
much love and big thank you, Cody, for everything you've done.
Thank you very much, guys.
Early
Where'd you come from?
Fraz and Ruse were always two-headed, didn't you know?
That's how the Dreamworld manifests.
It's a strange thing.
You take one level of ruse.
Ah, yes. One level of don't do that. If you don't do that, want to do that unwillingly.
So make
That's
sure
how I'm
you
really
tune
taking
in
one level of Alana these days.
next Wednesday for the next episode where these will get their inaugural roll. It's
Indeed.
going to be something cool. I'm going to work it out. So make sure you tune in for the beginning.
Awesome.
It is
I'll
going
be
to
back.
be a magic item of some sort that appears.
Ooh, I like it.
In our chests.
Can it be a magic cow?
Maybe. We will see.
You will have to worship it.
You need to trade magic beans for a magic cow.
Okay, that's a new obsession.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you again soon.
Yes.